From Town Hall, I'm Rich Thomason. It's a race that was supposed to be a lot closer than it was. In the Michigan Democratic primary, leftist U.S. Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed leads establishment candidate Congresswoman Haley Stevens by a slim margin. Pre-election polls have given El Sayed double-digit leads. Elsewhere, Democratic Congressman Wesley Bell has defeated former squad member Cori Bush in the Missouri primary. And backed by President Trump, Ty Masterson has won the Republican gubernatorial nomination in Kansas. President Trump says a deal on the Strait of Hormuz could be just around the corner. He says it could come as early as today or perhaps tomorrow. The Russia-Ukraine war rages on. The BBC's Dan Johnson is in the Ukrainian capital.
The sirens went off shortly after midnight, but it was only a minute or two later that the first explosions started. And that tells us that these were ballistic missiles, potentially hypersonic, very fast-moving missiles that were fired from Russia directly at Ukraine's capital or on the edge of. So we heard those explosions last night. People didn't have much time to get to shelter. One of the staff here was saying that they had to shelter in their hallway or their stairway at home because there wasn't time to get to proper protective cover. There were lots of explosions around the city and then the sight of some fires burning on the edge of Kyiv.
And at least 17 people are dead. A close encounter with a Russian drone left this street vendor with serious injuries. He had set up his minivan as a produce stall when the drone honed in on him. He tried to run but couldn't hide. The drone blew up, unleashing a huge fireball. The vendor suffering a concussion, among other wounds. GOP Senator Susan Collins says she will vote no on Attorney General nominee Todd Blanche, jeopardizing his confirmation in the Senate. Watching Wall Street this morning, Dow futures 145 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu insisting that Israel will not pull back from its current lines in Gaza until Hamas is fully disarmed.
Netanyahu is pushing back on a recent deal announced by President Trump. He says President Trump thinks, his team thinks, they can get Hamas to disarm and demilitarize Gaza. They sent us a draft. We did not agree. It's not our draft. We stand firm on our interest, and I believe both wisely and firmly. It marks a rare display of friction between strong allies, the U.S. and Israel. The agreement calls for Hamas to begin disarming and for Israel to halt its strikes and begin withdrawing from Gaza. I'm Ed Donahue.
Guatemala remains on alert after evacuating villages during an eruption of one of Central America's most active volcanoes. About 1,700 people remain in shelters, with the evacuations to stay in place until conditions improve. News and analysis at townhall.com. Build the wall? Well, not so fast.
Customs and Border Protection has ordered construction crews building a second border wall to stop drilling wells in drought-stricken New Mexico after ranchers said pumping the groundwater needed to mix cement could threaten their livestock. Cattle ranchers in the area say the drought has already forced them to reduce their herd size. The New Mexico office of the state engineer says they've identified 8 wells drilled without their permission, and ranchers report the wells could pump up to 350 gallons per minute. CPB did not say whether wells already drilled could be pumped. John Scott reporting.
Lawyers for a man charged with damaging the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool say the Justice Department knew or should have known for weeks that its case was flawed. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro has moved to dismiss the indictment against David Hearn. Pirro's action bringing a sharp rebuke from President Trump. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Washington is wasting $500 million every year on a federal supervision system that doesn't work. Probation officers are overwhelmed. Resources are going to people who pose zero threat, while actual dangerous individuals slip through the cracks. The Safer Supervision Act stops the waste and refocuses every dollar on protecting families from harm. President Trump's own pollster found about 80% of Trump voters want this fixed. It's time for Congress to get this done. Stop the waste. Protect our communities. Visit safersupervision.com. Paid for by the Reform Action Fund.
The Trump administration has brought positive changes when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. If we really want to make America healthy again, well, that starts at home. And that's where the Wellness Company comes in. You see and hear from the Wellness Company doctors all the time, and you know their products are the gold standard for keeping you and your family safe and healthy, giving you the opportunity to make sure you're prepared for whatever happens with their prescription medical kits. Additionally, the Wellness Company offers a variety of products, from parasite cleanses to methylene blue to weight loss and so much more. Make America healthy again starts at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family. Live a healthier, longer, and more satisfying life. Go to twc.health/Godzilla and order. That's twc.health/Godzilla. Use promo code Godzilla to save 10% today.
Everybody's talking about weight loss injections because the results are so dramatic. They work by lowering blood sugar and reducing appetite. So, what if you're looking to lose weight but not interested in painful weekly injections, especially when you hear about some of those intense side effects? That's why doctors created a weight loss supplement called Lean, and the results are remarkable. The ingredients studied in Lean have been shown to lower your blood sugar, burn fat by converting it into energy, and curb your appetite and cravings, so you're not as hungry. But listen, Lean is not for the casual dieter with only a few pounds to lose. The doctors at Brickhouse Nutrition created Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 or more pounds to lose. Get started with 20% off and free rush shipping so you can add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Go to takelean.com and enter the code Godzilla for your discount. That's discount code Godzilla at takelean.com.
And they're off. This summer, the Thunder returns to Colonial Downs Racetrack. Live thoroughbred racing June 25th through September 7th. Feel the excitement. Hear the roar of the crowd. Experience Virginia's premier horse racing destination every Thursday through Sunday all summer long. Bring the whole family for Family Fun Sundays, packed with activities for all ages. Parking? Free. General admission? Free. Memories? Priceless. Make Colonial Downs Racetrack your new summer fun time tradition. Get tickets and race day info now at colonialdowns.com.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
I guarantee they're going to be the most comfortable pillows you'll ever own. King size only $24.98. Queen size only $19.98. Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, as low as $29.98. Lux Pierce 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you. What a concept. Now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. Plus, free shipping options available when you order today. So don't delay, order now.
Well, happy Wednesday morning, everybody. Hump Day. This is the John Fredericks Media Network. I'm Dan Hobgood. Time for a look at, among other things, weather and sports. We'll start, as we always do, with where I am in the capital of the South, Richmond, Virginia, where the high today will be 88 with possible storms, a low tonight of 73 with spotty storms. Right now, the temperature also 73 in the River City. Squirrels game last night postponed to be made up with a doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch for the game tonight at 7:05. Moving on to the nation's capital, where you'll see a high today of 87 with possible storms. A low tonight of 76 with spotty storms. Right now, the temperature in Washington, 75 and rainy. The Nats fall again to the Phils, 5-0 yesterday. In Atlanta, you're looking at a high today of 84 with spotty storms. A low tonight of 70 with possible storms. Right now, the temperature in Georgia, 72 degrees. The Braves top the Marlins 4-2. First pitch for the two teams tonight at 7:15. In Nashville, you're looking at a high today of 88 with spotty storms, a low this evening of 71. Right now, the temperature in Middle Tennessee, 73 degrees. In Philadelphia, a high today of 85 with afternoon storms, a low this evening of 75 with spotty storms. Right now, the temperature in eastern Pennsylvania, 73 degrees, 6:40 first pitch tonight for the Phils and the Nats. Morgantown, shout out to all Yins, high today of 88. Possible storms today. A low this evening of 68 with spotty storms still. Right now, the temperature in wild and wonderful West Virginia, 73 degrees. Last and certainly not least in my heart anyway, the Yinzers in Pittsburgh, a high today in the Steel City of 89. Going to be stormy. A low this evening of 71 with spotty storms. Right now, the temperature also 71 degrees. Buccos fall to the Brewers 4-2 yesterday. 7:40 first pitch tonight. And the Dodgers lose Tarek Schoolball's first start, but the pitcher strikes out 6 in his LA debut. Bringing you today's weather and sports update is the Godzilla Wins radio show for the best insight, analysis, and picks. Watch and listen to Godzilla Wins Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 all across the John Fredericks Media Network. Plus, to get John's daily sports picks, go to GodzillaWins.com. Once again, that's GodzillaWins.com. And now get your active minds ready for some words to the wise. Yesterday, we did an overview of free speech, resolving simply that only that speech which qualifies as forceful in one way or another can rise to the level of criminality. Indeed, what violates someone else's rights, period, is the use of unprovoked undue force against him. Why? What does such force do? Well, as a reminder, it stops a person from acting peacefully in favor of his judgment with respect to his person and whatever counts as his property. Force stops someone from doing as he pleases with his own body and belongings. Now, conversely, any conduct that falls short of this, anything that doesn't rise to the level of violence or the credible threat thereof, is fair game for a person to engage in. Quite candidly, this includes a lot of self-expression that reasonable people would disapprove of and find objectionable. Yet, as long as someone stays in his lane, so to speak, as long as he respects others' boundaries, that self-expression of his is his right. For this reason, hate, however irrational, can never be a crime. First off, hate of some things is good. Indeed, as a matter of course, you would hate to lose anything, that, or anybody whom you love. I hate plenty of things. Statist collectivism, Islamic fundamentalism, sexual assault, the false accusation of sexual assault, coffee, Spygate, the Daniel Craig so-called Bond films, leitmotivic film scores, Mike Tomlin, and I feel fully justified in my hate for all of these things. Hating all of these is my right. Hating anything would be my right. The actual crime in a purported quote-unquote hate crime is the act, not any thought. As if some murders are the result of kindness and affection anyway. Son, why did you kill that man? Well, I cared for him so much that he just had to die. I mean, do we even stop for half a second to think about how dumb most of our modern day quote-unquote profundities are? Worse, the idea itself of a quote-unquote hate crime is actually racist, sexist, fill-in-the-blank phobic, etc. Because the idea of a hate crime suggests that the egregiousness of the crimes depend on the victim's identity politics. Just imagine this exchange between law enforcement officials. Do we have a description of the assailant? Sure do. 6'2" white guy with bushy hair. What about the murder victim? Another white guy. Oh, could have been worse. Could have been a black guy. Oh, you're gosh darn right about that, Bob. Come to think of it, I can't imagine that kind of exchange between Leos in this day and age. Seriously, what planet are we on? Under the circumstances, I guess that I have something to add to my list of things that I hate. Alleged quote-unquote hate crimes. I hope that you'll join me in hating the notion as well. Well, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another one of these. In the meantime, this has been Dan Hobgood for the John Fredericks Media Network. Outside the Box with the Ox is next, followed by The John Fredericks Show. Stay tuned, everyone.
Headline 9 ABC Channel 5 Minneapolis. Judge calls probable cause hearing on campaign finance complaint against Lindell. At issue, Minnesota pillow maker Mike Lindell handing out pillows in parades for his campaign to be the state's next governor. While other candidates have traditionally given out stickers with their names on them, small vote for me cardboard signs stapled to popsicle sticks, and maybe a piece of candy to those lining the parade routes. So now apparently Karen is mad that Lindell is giving out pillows. He claims it's totally legit though. However, the story says it's against the rules to give out anything of value to get votes. Lindell counters that these are just his little travel pillows and should be regarded the same way as can koozies, pens, and such. The complaint, however, points out that these pillows are listed at a retail price of $34.95 each. Well, it'll be up to the judge to determine the congruence of this with the law or lack thereof. Well, this, combined with the state party chair now demanding an investigation into Lindell's Minnesota residency, and the constant headlines about how he's under investigation for not paying this or that and defamation lawsuits and. Yet the latest poll shows him 10 points ahead of the next candidate for next week's primary. But if it's illegal for Mike to hand out pillows to coax voters to his side because they're worth $34.95, thinking outside the box, then what about Democrats coaxing voters by handing out free college, free health care, free food, child care, and phones? Here outside the box with the Ox in the Eastern Time Zone and now in West Virginia on the John Fredericks Media Network.
John Fredericks.
It is the most egregious thing I've seen in a lifetime.
President Trump.
The whole thing is ridiculous.
When politics start getting wild,
they want to have every single thing that you don't want. Raise taxes. John, thank you very much, and you do a great job.
Right now, download the new WV Sports Nation app from the Apple Store or Google Play and get the entire Mountaineer sports world in the palm of your hand. Right now, get notified when new stories drop about your favorite Mountaineers teams and athletes. Download the WV Sports Nation app right now. Get updates on next-level Mountaineers like Weatherholt and Joe Mazzulla. All that and more right in your pocket right now. Download the new WV Sports Nation app from the Apple Store or Google Play. Download the app right now.
Everybody's talking about weight loss injections because the results are so dramatic. They work by lowering blood sugar and reducing appetite. So, what if you're looking to lose weight but not interested in painful weekly injections, especially when you hear about some of those intense side effects? That's why doctors created a weight loss supplement called Lean, and the results are remarkable.
Hi, it's Tina with the John Fredericks Media Network, and I actually started taking Lean myself last week, and I'm already down 2 pounds. What I've noticed most is my appetite and sugar cravings. I'm usually hit with the munchies around 4 o'clock. So I started taking Lean just a little bit later in the morning, and I can really tell a difference when my normal snacking hour rolls around. Also, I play a lot of pickleball, and since taking Lean, I feel like I have so much more energy. Trying to lose weight at 55 has been incredibly frustrating, so my personal goal is to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year. And there's another reason why I'm serious about this. My last 2 blood sugar reports weren't where I wanted them to be. With the help of Lean, I'm working on my diet, exercise, and weight because I want a much better health report when I see my doctor again. And I'd really like to avoid hearing him say, "You should be on metformin."
The ingredients studied in Lean have been shown to lower your blood sugar, burn fat by converting it into energy, and curb your appetite and cravings, so you're not as hungry. But listen. Lean is not for the casual dieter with only a few pounds to lose. The doctors at Brickhouse Nutrition created Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 or more pounds to lose. Get started with 20% off and free rush shipping so you can add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Go to takelean.com and enter the code Godzilla for your discount. That's discount code Godzilla at takelean.com.
Wagering at its finest, playing at the highest levels, under the highest stakes for more than a decade. This is the world past the wire has conquered, bringing you uncompromised thoroughbred authority and elite track data that anchors the game. But the modern wagering landscape is expanding. Every sport, every line, every prop, and every high leverage future, we decode the metrics across the entire board. From game day spreads to the explosive new frontier of prediction markets and event contracts, we give you intelligence to dominate the modern financial exchanges. Because in the end, it's a battle. You versus the house. You versus the other players. In this arena, we fight with you. We are your ultimate edge. Welcome to the Ultimate Wagering Network. Subscribe to Past the Wire TV and turn on notifications because when the dust settles,
nobody does it better.
Live from the studios of the John Fredericks Media Network, it's The John Fredericks Show. Grab yourself a cup of 1775 coffee, sit back, and get ready for the best 4 hours of talk in the universe. To be part of the show, just call our toll-free number, 888-480-5646. And now, here's the Godzilla of Truth, the Oracle of the Deplorables, the man who loves the smell of napalm in the morning, John Fredericks.
In 2008, the amount of concentrated time people could spend on a task without becoming distracted was 12 seconds. 5 years later, it was only 8 seconds, 1 second less than a goldfish. If you're often distracted or have trouble recalling information, you're likely to fall behind in the demanding, fast-paced 21st century. In other words, brain performance is more critical now than ever. Boost your brain power with Healthy Cells Focus Plus Recall. Science-backed nootropics to help you sharpen focus, concentrate longer, enhance recall, improve mental speed, learn rapidly, and be more alert. It's a pill-free brain supplement made with maximum absorption ingestible gel technology, designed to feed your brain at the cellular level. Take it for a test drive. Go to healthycell.com and use code GODZILLA for 20% off your first order of Focus Plus Recall. That's healthycell.com, code GODZILLA for 20% off.
Don't touch that dial. You've found your home of the truth.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
With the best analysis in America.
You can't handle the truth.
And now back to the John Fredericks Show.
I'm your Godzilla of the Truth in America. Hey, it's great to have you with us on this Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Well, big Tennessee primary coming up tomorrow. We're going to be covering Tennessee all day today. And we're going to be really focused on that. There is no Peach Crew today because it's dominated by Tennessee politics. And, of course, we're in the midst of acquiring a new station in Tennessee, in Franklin, in Williamson County, WAKM, AM 950. That'll come online probably the first week in September as it makes its way through the FCC. But paperwork is in, money is in, and now it's just a matter of getting signed off on, which takes 5-6 weeks since we put it in, 8 weeks maybe. But we're good to go. But it's good to have you with us as always. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media. My social media is exploding. And if you're not doing it, well, you're missing a lot. At JF Radio Show. At JF Radio Show. I know you're fired up about that. You can follow me on all my social media. Facebook. What is it? What's our social media? Facebook, X, Truth Social, Instagram. Let's see what else. Rumble. It's all there, all right up there. You can follow me everywhere you want. TikTok. I got like a couple hundred followers on TikTok. Not bad for a 68-year-old guy. Pretty good. Meantime, we're going to go to. We got just a bunch of announcements to make, and then we're going to go to the Michigan primary. Plus, the other good thing is, let me put this on here. The other good thing, guys, is that. We've got phone lines open today, 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646, as it always is on this great morning, and it's great to be with you, and it's great to be here. Now, let's just get the couple of announcements. Pass the Wire Sports every day, Monday to Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. across the John Fredericks Media Network. If you've not seen one of those shows, it's really great. I mean, it is really great. I watch it every night, 6 o'clock. I make sure it's on my phone or whatever. So we're always watching that. That's 6 to 7 p.m. across our network and all our TV channels. Speaking of TV channels, we have a new app coming out in about 2 weeks, jfmn.tv. You'll be able to download that, get us live, get the video live, get our TV network live, basically 13 hours a day from 6 a.m. right through to 7 p.m. So you don't want to miss that. And we'll expand from there. And we take things one day at a time here on the John Fredericks Media Network. But we've come a long way. So that's coming out in about 2 weeks. So that's a little teaser to get that going. In fact, I got to follow up on something. Let me just jot that down. I got to follow up with Tina. Be sure we got the right graphics there. Be sure that's good. And should be up in about 2 weeks, starting August 17th. Wendy Bell Live, we're fired up. Wendy Bell Live is going to be joining the John Fredericks Media Network 10 to noon, Monday to Friday. Wendy Bell Live, exclusive. She's live. She's taking your calls. She's coming in hot. And you're going to look forward to that. It's going to be fun. 10 to noon, Monday to Friday. Wendy Bell Live coming your way on the John Fredericks Media Network. Michael Patrick Leahy moving from 10 to noon to 3 to 5 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m., 2 to 4 Central in Nashville. A lot going on there in Tennessee. We want to really give Mike the opportunity to be successful there. So he's going to be covering that. That's going to be 2 to 4 p.m. Central, 3 to 5 Eastern Time, right here on the John Fredericks Media Network. So we're excited about that. Just a couple of our announcements. And don't forget, Godzilla wins 9 a.m. On Saturday. That's rocking and rolling. Killer Car Show at 8. And Dan's hosting it this week, so he's kind of fired up about that, being able to host old Killer Carl, who's on vacation. So be sure and tune into that 8 to 9 a.m. on Saturday. All that's good. Let's go to Minnesota primaries. Did I say Minnesota? Apologies. Michigan Democrat primary. 2 primaries, one in Congress and a swing seat. There was a district that Trump won by 1 point in 2024. That has gone to the left-wing whack job candidate. She will be trying to wrest the seat away from the Republicans. Republicans actually spent money to have her win. She won, she'll lose. Good news for the Republicans in Michigan. Now, let's go to the race that's too close to call in the Democratic primary in the Michigan Senate seat, where Abdul El-Sayed, the jihadist, that said that we deserved 9/11. Oh, no, that was the Hassan Piker, the guy's show he was on. We deserved 9/11. Goes on a show. Could you imagine going on somebody's show who says Americans deserve to die on 9/11, 5,500 Americans deserve to die? And he goes on a show, jihadist, left-wing, communist, whack job. He is now leading, Abdul Sayed is leading Haley Stevens, who's some representative or something, by looks like 20,000 votes with, let me put my glasses on, according to the New York Times. Let's see, 95% of the vote in, over 95% in, and he's got a 20,000 vote lead. So no call on this, going to be very close. He's up by 1.5%, 48.6 to 47.3. And he has a lead. I'd rather be in the lead than behind. I know nothing about what is out there, what districts are out, what precincts are out. So I have no way to call this, no way to get information on it. But it looks like right now, Abdul Al-Sayed, the jihadist, is going to win that primary. He is not going to win this race. That is going to be a pickup for the Republicans. You know, as bad as John Thune has been, as bad as the Republicans are, we're going to win the House and Senate because there is a revolution going on in the Democratic Party and they can't do a damn thing about it. It's the communists have taken over the party. I mean, if you're a Democrat right now, if you're Taurus or you're one of our guys listening out there to me and you're a Democrat, and I know you want to say Big Tent and all this baloney nonsense, your party's gone. It's hijacked. But it's good. Let me tell you, Taurus, why it's good. Okay, it's good for you. It really is good because this is what, at the end of the day, this is really what you want. I mean, it's all the Democratic Party has been a facade forever. This is really what you want. You want communism. You want socialism. You want what you're getting. So you might be chafing at it a little bit, but at the end of the day, you finally got your wish. Now you're going to get blown out because the country's not there, and maybe someday it will, well after I'm gone. I doubt it, but you got your wish. You should be happy. Big tent, and everybody loves everybody. It's all one big love fest. You got them all in the tent. You got the commies. You got the socialists. You got the jihadists. You got them all, right? You got one big happy family, bud. They took your party over, and you're done. So you better join them. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it's okay. Look, I'm MAGA. We took over the Republican Party lock, stock, and freaking barrel. Right? There's a few in there, Cassidy, Cornyn, this one, that one, Tillis, right? Thune, they're all going. There's only a sliver. Look, when we started this thing, we were in the minority. Now we're in the majority. And every cycle, more of the rhinos, more of the establishment, more of the Republicans, more of the John McCain, Mitt Romney, this Bush, that Bush, Karl Rove, they're all gone. And this next cycle, you're getting rid of 4 of the senators. And then we're going to kick out Murkowski. And the only one that's going to be left standing is my friend Susan Collins. Don't know her personally, but I'm for Susan Collins. So we got one. It's fine. It's Maine. Yay. Rah, rah. Pom-poms out. So if you're a Democrat, don't be dismayed. Be happy. Be happy. Play that song, Happy. Be happy. Play it all day. Put it on your iPhone, right? Happy days are here again, because your party is taken over by the communists, which is really deep down what you always wanted. I know it, and you know it, and unfortunately, you know it. You know that I know that you know it. Did that come out right, Dan? You know
it's
that
close
I
enough.
know that you know it, which makes you even madder. So Tora said to all my Democrat friends out there, you guys are cooked. You guys are cooked like a sea goose, okay? You're done. But hey, you should be happy. Be happy. Be happy the communists took over, because deep down, that's what you want. You want squalor in cities. You want filth. You want masks. You want crime. You want carjackings. You want no jails. You want no prosecutions, right? You want jihadists running around. You want this. This is what you want deep down in your soul. You've always hoped for this, and now it's here. El Sayad's your guy. Let's go. Plattner, let's go. Beat up the women. Let's go. Right? I know you want this. It's okay. It's okay to want it. It's okay. I love the fact that you want it. Honesty is the best policy. Communists have taken over the Democratic Party, and like the guy said, I forget who it was the other day, one of the podcasters, he said, the only purpose of the Democratic Party existence was they organize and raise money, and now they do neither. So what good are they? Bingo! MAGA, baby. MAGA v. communists. Dan, you see how this is set up? You see how this is set up, Dan? MAGA versus the communists. That's what we're heading into 2026 and 28. We took over our party. They took over their party. There's no middle. It doesn't exist. We don't give a rat's ass, right? You guys eviscerated the middle. We eviscerated the middle. We don't want them, and you don't want them. So game on. Let's go. You got to be fired up today. Game on. Are you as fired up as I am? Hey, Dan.
Yes, sir.
After, November 5th, November 6th, whenever the election is, Democrats on TV expect to win. Guess what we're going to see? When you guys have snatched your feet from the jaws of victory.
Russia took our election.
You guys are losing everything. Because the communists own your friggin' party. You guys got nothing. I mean, you're going on Hassan Piker. This guy is a anti-American, anti-white, racist, jihadist radical that says we deserved 9/11. We deserved 6,000 Americans killed. We deserved it, he said. This is running your party. It's all good. Be happy, Taurus. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy. You finally got your wish. You know what? You know what at the end it reminds me of? My mother, now deceased, Dolly, who used to say to me, son, and she didn't say a lot that made any sense, to be honest with you. Candid, truth be told. Son, be careful what you wish for, You just
might get it. Yep.
Hey, remember the movie? Did you see the movie Obsession?
I actually just did last weekend.
Break the wish.
Yeah, One Wish Willow. Yeah.
Break the willow wish.
Yep. Be careful.
Be careful what you wish for. I would see the movie. I would recommend it, but I kind of didn't like it, but I would recommend it. And, but I did think about it for 2 weeks. And there's a bunch of scenes in there that if you think back, you kind of missed during the movie. And it was a low budget film and it made millions. That young lady that was the obsessed gal, Oscar performance. I mean, she's special. I mean, that performance was unbelievable. Anyway, we're not here to do movie reviews, Danny boy.
That's too bad.
Communists taking over the party. Communists taking over the party. Because you got to be fun, man. Have fun.
Exactly.
Fun. But you should be fun. All you Democrats out there should be so excited today. You finally did it. Communists took over the party. Communists took over the party. You guys should be like reveling in joy and love. We'll be right back. I'm having too much fun today. Go Alcied. Thank you for giving us the Michigan Senate seat for the next 6 years. Thank you. We'll be right back. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Dan. We'll be right back.
Imperative to support companies that share our conservative values. That's why I can't be more excited to tell you that I've switched my family to Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. When you switch to Patriot Mobile, you shift your support away from the leftist, woke, progressive agendas of Big Mobile. Patriot Mobile's wireless service works perfectly and seamlessly as you go about your lives with exceptional nationwide coverage that uses the same towers the main carriers use. Patriot Mobile donates a portion of every dollar earned to causes you care about, to organizations that fight for religious freedom, First and Second Amendments, sanctity of life, and the needs of veterans and first responders. Patriot Mobile has plans to fit any budget, along with great discounts for our veterans and first responder heroes, as well as multi-line users. Switching is easy. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Godzilla or call their U.S.-based customer service team, 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-728-7468. Use offer code Godzilla for free activation.
In 2008, the amount of concentrated time people could spend on a task without becoming distracted for 20% off.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
I guarantee they're going to be the most comfortable pillows you'll ever own. King size only $24.98, queen size only $19.98. Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, as low as $29.98. Lux Piers 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you. What a concept. Now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. Plus free shipping options available when you order today. So don't delay, order now.
Trump 2.0 is in full effect. How do you keep up with all the action? I'll tell you. TrumpNationNews.com is your inside source for the inside scoop. Manufacturing, jobs, deportations, and the nation's rejuvenation. The first 100 days and beyond. All the news you need and no liberal gibberish. It's the perfect way to start your day. Sign up for the TNN newsletter. Do it today. TrumpNationNews.com. TrumpNationNews.com. Part of the John Fredericks Media Network.
And they're off. This summer, the Thunder returns to Colonial Downs Racetrack. Live thoroughbred racing June 25th through September 7th. Feel the excitement. Hear the roar of the crowd. Experience Virginia's premier horse racing destination every Thursday through Sunday all summer long. Bring the whole family for Family Fun Sundays, packed with activities for all ages. Parking? Free. General admission? Free. Memories? Priceless. Make Colonial Downs Racetrack your new summer fun time tradition. Get tickets and race day info now at colonialdowns.com.
Socialism failing to work as it always does, this time in Venezuela. You talk about giving everybody something free and all of a sudden there's no food to eat. And who do you think is the richest person in Venezuela? The daughter of Hugo Chavez. Hello. Anyway, 0-2.
Don't touch that dial. You found your home of the truth.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
With the best analysis in America.
You can't handle the truth.
And now back to the John Fredericks Show.
Yeah, you're back on the John Fredericks Media Network, but right over there, Dan, right over there. Unfortunately, Dan, I forgot to get my coffee, which I just filled up, so I'm going to have to go get that. Okay, now we're talking, Danny. Now we're talking. Sorry about that, folks, but you know what? I love you, but priorities. My priority is my 1775 coffee. Have you had yours yet? Oh, no, you don't want it. You want to buy what? Folgers or Maxwell House or something? Or you want to go to the Exxon station or Sunoco? Yeah, okay, I get it. Or you want to go to Starbucks and pay $12 for a container of coffee? Is that what you want? And it sucks. No, what you really want to do is get a Maryland Terps cup because I like turtles. That's the first thing you do. Your coffee's going to taste better.
I like turtles.
What, Dan? What? I like what?
I like turtles.
Yeah, I like turtles, Dan. So the first thing you do is you go out and you get your Maryland Terps cup because I like turtles. And because your coffee's going to taste better in it. Absolutely guaranteed. And then you go to 1775coffee.com, 1775coffee.com. Fresh roasted daily. Boom. Only beans from Bolivia. Boom. Shipped right to you direct. Boom. Got grounds, got beans, got K-cups, got mild, got dark roast. Affordable. Best coffee ever. We got you. 1 cup, 1 box. Just go to 1775coffee.com. Get 1 box. Get one bag of beans, get 1 bag of ground, whatever you want. Get 1. That's all I'm asking. I mean, I'd get, if I were you, I'd get a half a dozen, but maybe you're a little short, you're not really sure. Get 1 box. And if you don't like it, text me and I'll send me the receipt. I'll Venmo you back the money. Just send me the receipt. I don't like it. You know how many people will Venmo me back, Dan? 0 times 0 is 0, in the words of Michael Pasqua. Oh no, that's my words to him. 0 times 0 is 0. Nobody ever, because one time we got you because it's that good. I'm going to have my first sip here. Then we'll go to the phone lines. We're going to go to the phone lines. We got John and Charlotte, but John, hang on. I got to have a sip of my 1775 coffee. Damn, that's good coffee. How is it so good? I just don't know. That is some good coffee right there. 1775, baby. Let's go. Go to 1775coffee.com, 1775coffee.com. Promo code Godzilla, 10% off. And I got them telling me nobody's buying your... No, why don't you have more people buying our coffee? I don't know. I love it. Ann loves it. Joe loves it. Joe, I got to give him a whole big thing going back to his college apartment or wherever the baseballers go. He's like, I need 6 or 7 boxes. What? Yeah, I got to get through the fall. We'll get through September? Like, how much coffee do you drink? Yeah, well, get me a dozen boxes. Like, what? No problem. I'm a giver. I'll do it for my son because he loves the 1775 coffee. Speaking of Joe, knock on wood, healthiest he's been in 3 years. Bigger, better, stronger than he's been. And, he hasn't really pitched in 2 years. He got 2 more years of eligibility, but through his last bullpen the other day before, they ramp him down and then get ready for the fall, he lights out. That's what he told me. He said it's the best bullpen he's ever thrown. So we're looking for a hell of a season, and it's gonna be fun. Fear the turtle. So let's go, Joe, and let's go Terps. It's all good. What else we got coming up? Let's go to the phone lines. Let's see. Did we tell you the communists took over the Democratic Party and they should all be happy? Did I tell you that in the first segment? Let's get to, I'm in a great mood today. Why am I in a great mood? Well, because I have a great staff. I got a great family. I'm healthy, healthier than can be. I got my 1775 coffee. And the communists just took over the Democratic Party and we're going to win in the fall. What else is there? Let's go to, and the Astros are in first place and they won again last night. Dan, I hope you said that in your opening. Hello.
I think I might have missed that.
Hello.
Yeah, I should have done that. I should have done that.
I had it on my phone. I didn't hear it. I'm like waiting. I'm waiting. Astros won.
Astros win.
6-2, 2.5 game lead in first place. I'm waiting. I don't get it.
We'll have to come up with like a Harry Carey-esque. He did
There's
Cubs
not a Harry
win.
Carey. Just do it.
Stros win. Stros win.
Yes, that would be nice.
Stros win. Yeah.
Do it in Trump's voice. What do you think President Trump thinks about
The
it?
Astros win again. It's wonderful. Okay, everybody knows it. Okay.
They're always winning.
They're always winning. They're always winning because they're the best.
Too
They're
much
the
winning.
best.
It's just too much winning.
You're going to get tired of winning, everybody.
Too much winning. Too much winning, Dad. It's too much winning.
I'm jealous of you in your AL West or whatever. Man, NL Central is just the murderer's row as always. It feels
Don't
like
whine,
it, yeah.
win.
I know.
Don't whine, win.
That's right.
Don't whine, win. You made moves in the.
That's true.
Pirates made moves.
That's true.
No whining.
We got an A. We got an A for our moves at the
There's
deadline.
no whining. There's one thing if you work in our company. There's no whining.
No whining.
We got you whine.
No crying in baseball. No crying in baseball.
No crying in baseball, and there's no whining on the John Fredericks Media Network. No whining. Let's get it done.
That's right.
Like Ann says, let's do it. Let's do it right. Let's get it done. Let's execute with excellence, and then we'll fight later.
That's
Best line ever.
That's right. We'll get it done.
Fight
We'll
later.
get it done.
No, we'll do it live.
We'll get it done.
Fight
We'll
later.
do it.
I love when she says that. I start getting mad at something. She says, "Get this done for me. Get it done right, and then when it's done, come in here. We'll fight. We'll fight later. I'll give you a license to fight with me. But first, we got to get this thing done. Give you a license to fight with me. What does even that mean? It's all these little anisms that come up. Where are we? Johnny in Charlotte, North Carolina. Johnny, you're live.
Hey, good morning, John. How you doing today?
Never better.
Hey, two quick points. When you run for Congress or the Senate and you win, don't you take an oath of office? In that oath, don't you have to say, "I support the Constitution of the United States"? So my question is, these people that want to get rid of the Senate, get rid of the presidency, and whatever, okay, that's not constitutional. How can they be sworn in and take an oath to support the Constitution when the first thing they would do, if they have their way, is to destroy it?
Well,
that's my first question.
They can do one of three things. They can lie. They can not take the oath. They still have to get seated. Or they can put their hand on that Muslim thing, whatever it's called. That book of whatever. What is it called?
Quran.
The what?
The Quran.
Yeah, whatever. They can put your hand on that, I guess. Anyway, next question.
Next question is, okay, we all know you can watch Florida election. By 9 o'clock, they have it buttoned down. There's never any question. They do a perfect election. Okay. In Michigan, this is great. They are stealing it from themselves. And that's the beauty. You're going to have people, Democrats in Michigan, bitching about how unfair and the cheating. And this is the same stuff they use against us.
They're stealing it from themselves. I love that line. Now, what makes you say, John, that they're stealing it from themselves? What leads you to that proffer?
Well, it's the same story as the last 4 or 5 elections. We're waiting on Detroit. It's 1 or 2 points. It's 20,000 votes. It's the same story as the last 4 or 5 elections. They're cheating. Here, you know this, and I know this. If we had fair elections across this country, we would have a 70, 80 seat majority in the House. Period.
Oh my God. They're waiting for Detroit. Is that what they're saying? I went to bed at 8:30 last night.
Yeah, they're saying it's 20,000 votes. It's like 1.1% or something, and they're waiting on Detroit. Well, hell, I mean, it takes time to make those new
Well, if
ballots.
they're waiting on Detroit, Al Cier's gonna win. He's got a 20,000 vote lead, and I mean, Detroit's not going to vote. Detroit's not going to vote for the white lady. What?
John, I disagree with you. Gretschmer, the governor there, they control the voting apparatus. Okay, and she was for Haley. She's for Haley. They're not. The Democrats are not going to let them win. They didn't let Bernie win. They didn't let Bernie win the second time. The Democrats are not going to let them win. You wait and see.
Now that is That is an interesting. That's a very interesting analysis. So you think that they're going to steal it, and they're going to steal it for Haley?
Hell yes, they've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 elections. They're good at it.
Interesting concept. We'll see what happens.
Thank you for everything, John. Thank you for everything.
So in Virginia, like nobody cares. Ever see a primary where nobody cares? They're like nobody cares. I mean, I didn't even follow it. I think the dance candidate won, the general, right? Masawawa.
Bert Mizusawa.
Bert Mizuwala. Salawala. Bert Mizuwala Sala. He beat David Williams. I like David Williams only because I can say his name. Easier for me. Hi, this is David Williams. Hi, this is Bert Misalawala Sala. Just easier to say his name, but I guess he got crushed. I didn't even see this. I mean, I got all these stations in Virginia. This is the first. I used to cover this stuff live. Used to cover these primaries live. I remember being live. Was what was it? It was Corey Stewart and Nick Freitas, and it was Corey Stewart and Edge Gillespie. I mean, I remember carrying this stuff live. These primaries live. You know, on the bus. In Virginia, we never missed a Virginia primary live. Never. I mean, the vote, the whatever the vote was, the referendum, we covered that live. Here's a major primary for U.S. Senate. And I went to bed. I had no idea who won till I got up. We didn't cover it, didn't talk about it. Bert Mazuwalaza was never on my show. Canceled 3 times and then tried to get on, I think, Monday, and then his camera didn't work. So, I mean, I don't even know. Met the guy a couple of times. Nice enough guys. He's gonna get crushed. So no interest, no enthusiasm. Like, who cares? You know, it's like we put so much into that referendum, and then this like primary in August with a non-winnable race. It's like, whatever, right? Big race in Virginia, 2 big races. Whitman should win, and the big race, the national race, District 2, Hampton Roads, Norfolk, Jen Kiggins, Elaine Loria. Dead even. Toss up. That thing is going right down to the wire. Now, if Loria wins big, we're going to know if Loria wins by 5 or 6, the Democrats are going to take the House. So we're going to know with basically one seat. One seat. If Kiggins wins, Republicans are going to keep the House. Because if Kiggins wins, it's a very good sign. That is the ultimate swing district in Virginia Beach. I mean, it swings. And then you go to Pennsylvania, Perry, Fitzpatrick, Bresnahan, they win. The Democrats are in for a very tough night. But look, on the other hand, they could win all 4 of those, and then, it's a matter of how many seats are we down? How many seats are we going to be in the minority by? So we're going to know. I mean, this thing is not going to drag out. We're going to know. Good news is there was a potential seat they could win somewhere. What was it? Iowa or something. I don't know whatever it was. The Democrats nominated another crackpot that can't win. I mean, this is what they're nominating all over the place. So people are just not going to vote for them. You might you're winning in the Democratic primaries because you're taking the party over. See, if I'm a Democrat and I'm a communist, I don't care about the fall. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me now is taking over the party, right? When the Tea Party people had the movement, which, I was never that enthusiastic of because I just never saw it being a movement. Like, we have a movement. MAGA is a movement. That was never a movement. That was just people pissed off at Obamacare. But they started nominating these, whack jobs, Susan Engel in Nevada, the witch in Delaware. These are seats we could have won and taken the Senate back. And I was not in favor of that because I just wanted to win the majority. Now I'm just in favor of MAGA. I'd rather lose as we were taking this over. I'd rather I just want to take the party over. You go from there, and we've already done that. We own the party. There's the Republican Party's MAGA. Trump runs it. We run it, and so it's a good thing. And now the communists took over the Dems, and they run it. It's all good. I'm looking forward to the fight. I hope you are too. I can't wait. Okay, line 2, the Robin Meister in Virginia. Robin, you're live.
Hey, how are you, John?
Sup,
Good
Robin?
morning. Hey, I watched the elections last night. I'm not going to tell you how they're cheating, and it's the mail-in ballots. Trust me. Listen to me. Listen to me on this. My brother in Massachusetts constantly gets a Democratic one mailed to him. My sister in Massachusetts gets them mailed to him, and they do not request them. Here's the thing. If you get a corrupt registrar, when they get these ones that are mailed in that were not requested, they should immediately shred those. Because in Virginia, when you request a mail-in ballot, they click a little box to say they mailed you one. Then when it comes in, the box is clicked and they say, okay, it's a match. So when they're mailing these out, these Democrats, they're mailing them out and they're getting them back, and they were never requested, they should be thrown away. I'm just saying.
If they did that, they couldn't cheat. And what fun
They
would
wouldn't
that?
be able to cheat.
They wouldn't
They wouldn't be able to cheat. I'm going to tell you, these foreigners have already showed us how stupid we are. Look at the money they stole. Millions of dollars they stole. Now they're in here. They know we're weak with the elections regarding the mail-in ballots. And they're doing it. They're doing a good job of it. They're showing us how stupid we are. And we are stupid. I agree. We should abide by the Constitution. But they need to do something. And President Trump was saying that all of these ballots should have a serial number. I agree. I agree. Then your chain of custody is broke. They cannot cheat at that point.
Are you the young lady that sent us that knitted blanket?
Afghan?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Afghan, yes.
Was that you, Robin?
That was me.
It's beautiful. Thank you. I think
I had so many people requesting that, and I said, no, this is for John Frederick.
there it is. We got it up on screen. I know you're on the radio. You're on your phone. We just put it up on screen. That thing is beautiful, and we will not let the cat sleep on it. We will not let him sleep on it. We won't do it.
Oh, poor Sammy.
No blanket. No blanket in our house is safe. No chair is safe.
Yep. But I tell you another thing. President Trump, if he said, okay, federal elections can be at the state, however, once they're done, all ballots in the federal election should be sent to Washington. Then you're going to see a lot of cheating exposed. Put that little loophole in there. Scare them.
Yeah, you're right.
Why not?
Yep.
It impacts the federal elections, not the state. Send it to the federal office.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. You behave today. You have a good day.
Behave? Why would I do that?
Yes.
That's
I have
fun.
Yes.
It's Tennessee Day. It's Tennessee Day, folks.
I agree.
Let me give you this lineup, okay? It's Tennessee Day. Leading off, 7 o'clock, Representative Diana Harshbarger. Yes, she's my favorite. Johnny Garrett, Tennessee House Speaker, 7:35. Chip Saltzman, leading Tennessee consultant, 8:05. Andy Ogles, primary battle, neck and neck, 8:35. Michael Patrick Leahy, 9:05. Brent Taylor running for Congress, Memphis, 9:35. Tennessee, baby. Danny, it's Volunteers Day. Let's go. You fired up, Dan?
I'm fired up.
Fired up.
Let's do it.
We're fired up. The communists took over the Democratic Party, man. Rejoice in love. Come on, Taurus. Send me a text. I know you love it. I know you love it. I know you love that your left-wing communist candidates go on the Hassan Piker show, who says that we deserve to die on 9/11. We did it to ourselves, and too bad only 5,000 died. That's your party, baby. You got it. Jihadist takeover. Let's see how you can turn that into a majority. You guys are cooked. How to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory by Democrats 2026. We'll be right back. I'm having too much fun today. It should be illegal.
Congresswoman Haley Stevens by less than 2 points in a razor-close contest. Mike Rogers, the Republican nominee for U.S. Senate in Michigan. Elsewhere, former Salem talker Chris DeGaulle has won the Republican congressional primary in Missouri's solidly blue 6th congressional district. And President Trump says it's clear the Democrat Party is in disarray.
They've got a party. It's a mess. I think it's a mess. I think they should form another party, the Communists of America Party.
Mr. Trump says a deal on the Strait of Hormuz could come as early as today or perhaps tomorrow.
A lot of progress has been made. And they called me and they said, please, let's talk. They want to talk. The funny thing is they never mention that. They always say, we're not talking.
A man who was arrested at the president's L.A. area golf course has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department says 38-year-old Janine John Taylor was taking photos and video and had a 16-round magazine with ammunition in his pocket. Authorities recovered a loaded pistol in his car. Taylor was arrested Sunday after appearing to monitor security preparations at Trump National Golf Course, 2 days before the president's fundraiser there. Investigators searched Taylor's home in Downey, California, and found several firearms, magazines and ammunition, body armor, and a notebook that contains what authorities describe as concerning statements. I'm Mike Hempen.
The latest Russian missile attack on Ukraine's left at least 17 people dead. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 195 points. The Nasdaq futures down 18 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
When I was feeling the stress of too much credit card debt, I looked at two different options, debt settlement and debt management. They may sound the same, but guess what? They're not. Debt settlement seemed like a quick fix, but I found out it would destroy my credit, create tax headaches, and hit me with huge fees. They actually told me to stop paying my bills. No way, not me. Then I turned to a debt management plan developed by the team at Trinity. They worked with my creditors, lowered my payments, reduced my interest, saved me thousands, and paid off my debt. And Trinity is a Christian company, which is important to me.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Heather. Please forget debt settlement and remember Trinity Debt Management.
1-800-990-6976.
Seoul is under South Korea's most severe heat warning ever. High heat and excessive humidity are making conditions miserable and dangerous.
It's hard to overstate just how unusual this is. It's almost surreal for someone in South Korea to see the numbers 40 when they look at forecasts. But that has been the temperature in the southern region for the past week. The southern city of Yangsan had reached a high temperature of 42.5 degrees Celsius, which is the highest ever on the record since South Korea has started modern record keeping. The capital, Seoul City, for the first time is having its severe heat warning. This is the highest heat warning in South Korea's system. This is when the temperature hovers above 35 degrees Celsius for at least 2 days. It feels like 38 degrees Celsius here.
The BBC's Jay Kwang. Among 38 people who died in connection with the earthquake in Japan, a woman who developed heat stroke while taking shelter in a car. News and analysis, townhall.com. Jalapenos are off the menu at Chipotle Mexican Grill.
Jalapenos could potentially be tied to a salmonella outbreak. The Minnesota Department of Health confirmed an outbreak there is tied to several Mexican-style quick-service restaurants, and jalapenos are the suspected source. Officials identified 110 cases in Minnesota, with Chipotle involved in most. Chipotle says it pulled the jalapenos out of an abundance of caution and replaced them with products from a different grower in all locations. Symptoms of salmonella poisoning include diarrhea, fever, severe vomiting, dehydration, and stomach cramps. But infections can be more severe in young children, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems. I'm Ed Donahue.
SpaceX reports a smaller loss, $541 million, and Wall Street expected, along with a surge in revenue in its first quarterly report as a publicly traded company. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Van never folded, and he never will. Paid for by Van for Tennessee.
Everybody's talking about weight loss injections because the results are so dramatic. They work by lowering blood sugar and reducing appetite. So, what if you're looking to lose weight but not interested in painful weekly injections, especially when you hear about some of those intense side effects? That's why doctors created a weight loss supplement called Lean, and the results are remarkable. The ingredients studied in Lean have been shown to lower your blood sugar, burn fat by converting it into energy, and curb your appetite and cravings, so you're not as hungry. But listen, Lean is not for the casual dieter with only a few pounds to lose. The doctors at Brickhouse Nutrition created Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 or more pounds to lose. Get started with 20% off and free rush shipping so you can add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Go to takelean.com and enter the code Godzilla for your discount. That's discount code Godzilla at takelean.com.
Hey folks, Al Green here for SatPhone. When you're on the go, you want to know you're connected. If it's a family vacation or an off-the-grid escape to a remote destination, having reliable communication helps you feel safe and secure. You can't afford to find yourself in a dead zone. That's why you need SatPhone. SatPhones are reliable, durable, and give you global coverage. If you can get outside, you can get in touch. It's that simple. Make calls from your SatPhone to any regular cell phone in the United States. The phones are a $1,500 value, but you can get yours free. Just sign up for a 15-month plan, $94.95 a month. Get 150 minutes monthly that roll to the next month. Go 3 months without using them, that's fine. Yes, 3 months, 450 minutes, all yours. Visit SAT123.com or call 855-980-5830. SAT123.com, 855-980-5830. Get surety and security with your SatPhone. Call now.
Washington is wasting $500 million every year on a federal supervision system that doesn't work. Probation officers are overwhelmed. Resources are going to people who pose zero threat, while actual dangerous individuals slip through the cracks. The Safer Supervision Act stops the waste and refocuses every dollar on protecting families from harm. President Trump's own pollster found about 80% of Trump voters want this fixed. It's time for Congress to get this done. Stop the waste. Protect our communities. Visit safersupervision.com. Paid for by the Reform Action Fund.
And they're off. This summer, the Thunder returns to Colonial Downs Racetrack. Live thoroughbred racing June 25th through September 7th. Feel the excitement. Hear the roar of the crowd. Experience Virginia's premier horse racing destination every Thursday through Sunday all summer long. Bring the whole family for Family Fun Sundays, packed with activities for all ages. Parking? Free. General admission? Free. Memories? Priceless. Make Colonial Downs Racetrack your new summer fun time tradition. Get tickets and race day info now at colonialdowns.com.
Live from the studios of the John Fredericks Media Network, it's the John Fredericks Show. Grab yourself a cup of 1775 coffee, sit back, and get ready for the best 4 hours of talk in the universe. To be part of the show, just call our toll-free number, 888-480-5646. And now, here's the Godzilla of Truth, the Oracle of the Deplorables, the man who always says to lace them up and lace them tight, John Fredericks.
Oh, it's great to have you on the John Fredericks Media Network and all the John Fredericks radio apps. Don't forget, we're on jfmn.tv. You can go there. Now, streaming on TV, starting on August 17th, 6 a.m. right through 7 p.m. You don't want to miss that. I'm not going to miss it. You're not going to miss it. Our new app coming out. You can download that, jfmn.tv. That's coming out right now. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, Google TV coming. Dan's all fired up. We're good to go. Communists have taken over the Democratic Party. Now they're stealing from themselves in Michigan. They're stealing from themselves. That's like the best line. Who is it that said that? Was that John in Charlotte?
That was John, yeah. John from North Carolina.
Did I put that in his title?
You sure did, yeah.
Stealing elections from themselves. I mean, it could have happened to better people. Could it? I don't agree, though. I'm sure that Alcietta is her kind of guy, right? It's my kind of guy.
That's my kind of man.
Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up, dude. I mean, the Democrats are going to lose in the fall because of this nonsense. So I don't agree with John, even though I love Gretch, because I love the hug. Remember, we had the fumble, the drive, and the hug. Remember the hug, Dan, and the tarmac?
I do, yeah.
The greatest hug ever, right? The greatest hug ever. She should run for president and just because she can, right?
Well, look, she's crazy town, but I got to admit, she's kind of easy on the eyes, Big Gretch.
I think she's
a cutie pie.
I think she is too. See, we agree with that. Somebody asked, remember we had a poll, like who's the most attractive Democrat elected official, and like she won in a landslide
over AOC.
Well, my vote counted 100.
Okay.
We got Diana Harshbarger coming up. She probably doesn't know that we ran a poll for the most attractive female Republican, and she won in the landslide.
She
doesn't even know that.
She needs to be a nominee. Absolutely.
I mean, she won the landslide. She crushed Nancy Mace, crushed her. So Nancy may soon be out of politics. So exit Nancy, enter Diana Harshbarger. She's coming up in a moment. Probably doesn't know all this that we were been talking about her off the air and putting her in a contest that she won handily, right? One choice of many. But look, I tell you what, you got a lot going on out there. I run my company, got 3 phones. See, 1, 2, I don't know where the third one is. It's over there somewhere. I got 3 phones, 1, 2, 3, right? I run my company on phones. I travel all the time. I go to the White House. I got stuff going on. In order to do that, I need to be in touch, and I need to save money, and they all got to do something. All my 3 phones are necessary to run my company on the go. And who do I turn to, Dan? Patriot Mobile and Glenn Story and Scott Colburn. Why do I turn to Patriot Mobile? 3 reasons. Number 1, I save money. Number 2, I get the best coverage out there. Number 3, the service is knock your socks off. They answer the phone in 3 rings or less. If you call them up, bet the under. Go on Kashi or Poly Market. How many rings will it take before somebody that speaks English answers the phone for Patriot Mobile? Bet the under. You win every time. Bet it. They answer the phone. The service is great. I save money. But here's the thing. You switch, promo code Godzilla, 35 activation fee gone. But here's the kicker. You get your first month free. So let's say you switch your service. That month's fee, which is about, I don't know, mine costs about $80, $59. I'm sorry, $59 I pay. I don't have to pay it the first month. So you get free activation. You save your first month with promo code Godzilla. But here's the kicker: you get a BOGO 2 for 1. Dan, you get 2 carriers, and you're paying for 1 carrier. So because Patriot Mobile's on all their towers, so they can switch between carriers. So I picked AT&T and Verizon. Like in DC, AT&T rocks. Not so much in Maryland. Then it switches over to Verizon. Same with Virginia. So when I travel, it'll automatically switch to what gives me 5 bars. So I'm not looking at 3 bars. I'm looking at 5 bars, and it switches immediately, and I don't pay anything. It's the most brilliant thing ever. Free month, free activation, buy 1, get 1 free, 5 bars wherever you go. Great service. Biggest no-brainer in the history of man. And Glenn Story's a great guy, and a little bit of whatever they go or whatever they make goes to support Christian conservative causes. It's a great company led by great people, leadership. And thank you, Glenn, for all you do. Thank you, Scott Coburn. You guys are the best, and I just thank you for everything. And without you guys, I couldn't run my company as efficiently as I do. Now, here's all you have to do, Dan, is you got to go to patriotmobile.com, patriotmobile.com. Promo code Godzilla will get you all this. It's easy to switch. They do it over the phone, all over the cloud. Everything stays the same. Go to patriotmobile.com, promo code Godzilla, Dan, or give them a call, 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT. Check them out, folks. Do yourself a favor. Check them out. Do yourself a favor because it's a really good thing, and you're going to be very, very happy. You're going to be very, very happy with it. 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. Joining us now, Pennsylvania, line 2. She's by phone today because she's traveling around. It is primary day from the East Tennessee area, Upper East Tennessee, in the Tri-Cities area. Our good friend Diana Harshbarger. Representative, it's been too long. Great to have you with us.
Pleasure, John.
It's good to have you with us. Big primary day, Tennessee. Tell me what you see. What do you see happening today? Because there's a lot of competitive races.
primaries tomorrow, but that doesn't mean we're not out and
tomorrow,
about today.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, the turnout, it's not shocking. I think it might be a little better than 2018, but, in my district, the turnout's been less than 11%. And the total in all 9 districts is less than, it's like a little over 13%. I'm thinking, good gal, if we had a communist to run against us, would it cause them to turn out a little better? I don't know, but people get complacent if you were in a red state like Tennessee. But, that mean there's not going to be some good battles to watch, like the governor's race and the newly drawn 9th district and even John Rose's district, and Andy Ogles, he's got a brand new district, basically. I said, son, they just tried to stick you in Arkansas. So his is completely different. So, and I think they're spending quite a bit of money against him. So we'll see, John. We'll see.
Well, Diana, you're right. The race that I'm watching, obviously the new district that goes all the way to Memphis, we've got we've got the candidate for that, who I think is the best candidate coming on at 7:35 right after you're on, served in the House. Great guy. We've got him coming up. But the really race that I'm the most concerned about is the Ogles race. They've spent a lot of money against Andy Ogles. The Democrats have found a way to pour money in that. And he just got the endorsement of Bill Lee, and that was the Agriculture Commissioner, what's his name? Hackett, something.
Yeah, Hatcher.
Hatcher. Yeah, I was very
Hatcher chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very surprised that Bill Lee came in with a last-minute endorsement against Ogles. I didn't quite understand that. Andy Ogles is the incumbent. He serves in the Freedom Caucus. Why would you do that? What was Bill Lee's thinking there? What do you think about that?
Well, I've read the article. It says that he'd been friends with Hatcher for 25 years, and he was his ag commissioner. So, yeah, but you're going to jump in 2 days before the race is done. It could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. He's outgoing governor, and I know Haslam also jumped in to endorse Mr. Hatcher. I don't know why he would do that. The polls must be tight, and if he thinks he can help Charlie get across the finish line, that's probably why he did it, John. I don't know any other reason. Of course, he endorsed against my son, too, when he ran for the Senate. But that was between President Trump and Bill Lee. So, Ogles has got the endorsement of President Trump. What trumps the endorsement of President Trump? Pretty much nothing. So if anything's going to carry Andy, it's going to be President Trump's endorsement. So I don't know if it'll pull any people away or not. Just looking at early voting, hopefully there will be a big turnout on Election Day. I know Andy's said that there's a green energy group that is pretty much a Democratic organization that poured in $2.2 million against him and then threw in another $300,000. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with the numbers, but behind Hatcher, because they think he may be a better candidate than Ogles. They know where Ogles stands with green energy. It's you're going to have play in every race. That's what we need to be looking at, is who are the players in every red state race. And it's going to be, underlying, you're going to, if you dig real deep, you'll see that there's Democratic motives to change the state, to change any state, basically, that's not already blue.
Well, when you've got, you think about it this way, Diana Harshbarger with us, Tennessee won. When you look at it this way, you got a Democrat PAC funding Charlie Hatcher with a lot of money. I think it's $2 million they put in. It's a PAC, and you don't really recognize it, but it's a Democratic PAC. It's Democrat money. Look, Republicans do it also. They put money into Al Syed's race in Michigan. So it goes both sides. I don't like it, but it's part of it's not an unlawful thing to do. But they even got down, like they bought just on our network, on our one, we only have one station now, and that's in Nashville until the other one comes online in Williamson County in September. But they came in with a last minute buy on our network that was pretty substantial at the last minute. What that tells us,
Wow.
when you're going that deep, and of course we're happy to get the ad money. We're in business to sell ads. You can't turn them down. But when you get a buy like that from a pack at the end, and then they double it, and then they doubled it again. So they bought 4
Wow.
ads, then 8, then 16. So that means they have extra money to spend, and their polling says they're right there. And obviously they're looking for a bigger vote out of the Nashville area because that's what we cover. So it just, when I saw that, Ann alerted it to me too, and I'm like, I think Andy's in trouble.
Dang, that's not good. There has to be some dislike of Ogles in the state legislature to redraw his district like they did. I can't verify that. I'm just assuming that.
Right.
But you know what happens when you assume. I don't want to turn into a butthole, but the bottom line, he's all the way. And I had to laugh when I saw his district. I said, "Dang, Andy, they evidently don't care much for you because you're in Arkansas and all the way down to Memphis." And he just laughed. But I'm like, why would you draw a district that way? I don't know. I'm just glad they didn't touch first district. I'm like, don't even come my way because I'm so far away from Memphis. I could get to Canada before I could get to Memphis, so don't mess with the first district.
They're afraid of you,
and they did.
But you're right. I think they didn't like Ogles because he's a fighter, and he stands up to them, and I think the General Assembly tried to get him out and tried to just gerrymander him out of there. And so now he's in a very tough race, and that's going to be close. I was thinking about coming up there on Thursday night just to see what's going on. I haven't made my mind up, but I like Andy a lot, and Trump's backed him, and I hope he wins. But I would say right now he's in trouble. That thing's 50.
Well, have you seen the polls? I haven't even seen them.
50-50. There's not been a poll done that's public. I've talked to people that have seen internals, and Ogles was ahead. He didn't raise enough money, and the other guy's outspending him now down the stretch 15-1. When that happens, you're in trouble. So
what does he Hatcher say? What does he say about the ads? The $2 million that's being spent for him against Ogles. It's really not for him. I don't know. I haven't seen the ad.
No, they're anti. Dan, see if we can play that ad for Diana. Go find it. It's somewhere in the system. That's the anti-Ogles ad. So it's just anti-Ogles. Dan might find it in the system. I'll just play that as earned media, but it should be in there somewhere. Dan, is from one of the PACs. I'm not sure if it's in the morning or not, but see if you can find it.
I'll take a look for it.
But it is just an anti-Ogles ad. It doesn't say anything about Hatcher. It's from the PAC. So Hatcher can't say anything about it because, legally you can't coordinate, so he would know.
Yeah.
So the ads just come in. So we'll see what happens there. But, tell me about what's going on with the younger Hirschberger, your son. Tell me what he's up to now politically.
The biggest thing he could have done as a freshman was pass that Fair RX Act, which really will call the pharmacy benefit managers to divest. And CVS spent $7 million or more in PAC money against that bill and tried to go after every Senate member and even House member that signed on to the legislation, but they didn't win. That was the same bill that Arkansas passed. It's my bill in the House.
Right.
And then Arkansas passed it first, but my son went and closed the loopholes up and passed it. But he got when you get leadership on your side, you have not just the Senate, but the House saying, hey, it's good. And we're gonna fight for it. Even the Speaker of the House, Cameron Sexton, went over and spoke on the bill, and that rarely happens in the Senate. And his wife is a pharmacist. It really helped the bill gain momentum, and we appreciate everything they did because The states are going to have to do this. I can try this at the federal level, and, I got to get it to the floor to get a vote on it first. It's got to go through committee. But you see the trend, and it's funny that we're now seeing big companies like Eli Lilly say, we're not going to use your CVS. We're going to use a transparent PBM. So we're setting the tone. It's the same way we've done with the FTC at the federal level. So that's what he's working on. And, of course, the certificate of need has to go away with the COPA here in East Tennessee at the same time in 2028. And the House and the Senate worked on that. So, there's a lot going on in healthcare here in Tennessee. And I just wonder, I don't know where the gubernatorial candidates stand on healthcare. Basically, it's always going to be vague because healthcare is complicated. But have you seen polling on the gubernatorial candidates?
To win the primary, Marsha Blackburn is way ahead. I mean, she is going to be the nominee. Rose, has tried to hit her on different things. He's just not gained traction. And Harshberger, I'm sorry, Blackburn is going to win handily tomorrow night. Handily.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's going to be.
I just wondered.
She's going to be the gubernatorial nominee. It's in fact, there isn't any chance. Rose doesn't have any chance based on everything I've seen. And Marsha's going to win that, and then she's going to win the governorship. And I know that you've got a great relationship with her, so I think it's going to help you get your agenda done. Now, just tell our audience so they know that's not familiar. Your son's a state senator. What's his district and what area is that?
Well, he serves two counties in East Tennessee, and it's Sullivan County and Hawkins County. And you would ask me the district, and that's terrible. Hang on just a second.
That's okay. It's Sullivan
County. Yeah, because
County.
those Senate districts are totally. I think it's 4, but he serves in the Senate on the health subcommittee and also energy and judiciary. He's well liked. Anybody who goes to Nashville and comes to D.C., the first thing they say is, "We love your son." He's a great listener, John, and he's very articulate. He's a pharmacist as well and a chemist, and he brings his business knowledge and his professional knowledge to help in the Senate. And he's no nonsense, but he's very likable. He's got his dad's skills when it comes to his intelligence, and he's got his mom's personality. So why wouldn't you like my son? Is what I say.
Well, Diana, it sounds like you're very proud of your son. So for our audience, what's his first name?
Well, he goes by Bobby because his dad's a Bob. And listen, there's no better young man. He's District 4. Yeah, that was right. District 4. Sullivan and Hawkins County, and people are proud of him, and I'm very proud as a mom because I had a wise woman at church one time tell me, John. She said, "Honey, you're not raising children, you're raising adults," and I never forgot that. And our job as parents are to raise our children to become functioning adults in society. And
right.
He knows how conservative we are, and he's a good conservative patriot. And it shows in his voting record and what he tries to do to help our state. So you never know. He may be running for governor one day, John.
Well, listen.
Who knows? Wherever good Lord puts him.
I need to get him on my show. I'm going to contact him today because now that we're buying another station in Nashville, which will give us a double footprint there, we need to build a relationship with him. But you're very proud of him, and as you should be. And so he followed in your footsteps, right? He's a pharmacist. Now, did he marry a pharmacist also? Is your daughter-in-law?
Yeah, we have a whole thing. That's why this pharmacy benefit manager stuff is personal to us. I'm a pharmacist. His dad's a pharmacist. He's a pharmacist. My daughter-in-law's a pharmacist. It runs in the family. Now, I don't know what my grandsons are going to do, but right now it's a pharmacist family. So, you cannot fix a problem if you don't understand it. And dang, did that boy, he had kahunas the size of cantaloupes to do what he did as a freshman. That's all I'm going to say.
That is the line of the ages when mom says he's got kahunas the size of cantaloupes. Dan, we got to save that. when I get her son on my show, Dan, get that clip. Just cut that. That's part of the Harshberger Cantaloupes clip. And when I get her son on, we're going to say, hey, here's what mother said about you.
I don't know, Dan. I don't know if you want to do that or not. It's probably, he'll just roll with the flow. He said the stuff he said to his mama has said. It's just, it just comes right out. When you're as mature as he and you start politics when you're 60 and then you keep going, and I'm like, what are they going to do? It's like fried green tomatoes. I've got more money and better insurance, so get out of my way.
Fried green tomatoes. All right, what are we doing? Diana, this is why we miss having you on. What? Before we go, I got to ask you about the Save Act. What's going on with the Save Act?
Well, the Senate, President Trump wants them to stay in the Senate until they pass the Save Act. And some of them have signed a pledge that they will stay until until they do that. You got to have 60 votes. So unless they, get rid of the filibuster, I don't know how things going to do it. And I think the president, he publicly says he's lost confidence with the leader, but, it's an important thing. If you want our nation to change and you don't want these communists to be elected, you're going to have to pass the Save Act to show ID and citizenship. It's common sense. As they say, common sense versus communism. That's as simple as I can put it.
I got to write that down. You're on fire today. Common sense versus communism. Hang on a second. I got to write that down. Very good. You got all the lines today. So here's my vision. Marsha wins the primary. Marsha's governor. We need a new senator in Tennessee. Marsha appoints Diana Harshberger to the U.S. Senate. Then you run for Senate, win that seat outright. Then you're in the Senate and you get rid of the filibuster, right?
Well, yeah, I'd say get rid of it. Even Lindsey Graham's sister says she's different from Lindsey because she wants to get rid of the filibuster. They're going to do it, John. So, yeah, I'd vote to get rid of it, of course. Just, I don't know what to say. I'm not running the joint, but if I were, bam, it'd be done.
Hey, wouldn't you love, Dan, to see Diana Harshberger in the U.S. Senate? Where did they get a load of her?
Anybody who can recall quotes from Fried Green Tomatoes like that deserves to be in the U.S. Senate. I love that line from Fried Green Tomatoes. She just crashes into their car.
What was your other quote? I started politics at 60. I have enough money and health insurance, so get out of my way.
Yeah, well, that's the quote, right, Dan?
I think it was, face it, ladies, I'm older and I have more insurance.
Yeah, exactly. More, yeah, whatever. Don't say older. Say more money.
That's right.
Insurance. I don't care. Change the quote, but dang, and just put Diana on the end. You have to be who you are. You can't hide. I mean, they can't change me. My age. What are they going to do? They have to love me or hate me.
Well, we love you.
Well, good, John. I'm happy about that.
Oh my God! Remember when Dan, you weren't here, but over the winter she was trying to shovel snow, and she fell and broke her nose, and she wouldn't come on. She wouldn't come on.
Oh no!
Yeah, she wouldn't come on video for like 3 months. Oh my goodness!
I fell and broke my nose, and then I fell walking a dog, broke my wrist, had to have meniscus surgery. I said none of this crap happened when I was a regular, running a business, raising a family. I'm like, this job is dangerous.
Dan, that Diana drives to D.C. She doesn't fly, so she drives. It's like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, right through Virginia here. Yeah,
she drives up and back from East Tennessee. It's a long ass drive with her little dog in the passenger seat.
Oh, I love it. I
got a big dog and a little dog, John. Big and little. Yeah.
You driving them both?
Oh yeah, they both. The little one sits on top of the big one as I roll up the road. It's funny as all get out.
That's fantastic.
When you're driving 12 hours a week with your dogs, that keeps you humble. All right, I got to go. We got a lot of things going on. Diana, thanks for being with us. People want to follow you. It's very easy. Just go to harshberger.house.gov, harshberger.house.gov. Maybe one day we'll see you in the U.S. Senate. But I'm going to call your son up and get him on. Dan, keep that clip. We're going to be right back. Keep it right here.
In 2008, the amount of concentrated time people could spend on a task without becoming distracted was 12 seconds. 5 years later, it was only 8 seconds, 1 second less than a goldfish. If you're often distracted or have trouble recalling information, you're likely to fall behind in the demanding, fast-paced 21st century. In other words, brain performance is more critical now than ever. Boost your brain power with Healthy Cells Focus Plus Recall. Science-backed nootropics to help you sharpen focus, concentrate longer, enhance recall, improve mental speed, learn rapidly, and be more alert. It's a pill-free brain supplement made with maximum absorption ingestible gel technology, designed to feed your brain at the cellular level. Take it for a test drive. Go to healthycell.com and use code GODZILLA for 20% off your first order of Focus Plus Recall. That's healthycell.com, code GODZILLA for 20% off.
The Trump administration has brought positive changes when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. If we really want to make America healthy again, well, that starts at home. And that's where the Wellness Company comes in. You see and hear from the Wellness Company doctors all the time, and you know their products are the gold standard for keeping you and your family safe and healthy, giving you the opportunity to make sure you're prepared for whatever happens with their prescription medical kits. Additionally, the Wellness Company offers a variety of products, from parasite cleanses to methylene blue to weight loss and so much more. Make America healthy again starts at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family. Live a healthier, longer, and more satisfying life. Go to twc.health/Godzilla and order. That's twc.health/Godzilla. Use promo code Godzilla to save 10% today.
The Cats and Cosby Show.
It's the top news of the day.
People are out there saying, oh, the Iranians are never going to live by it. But let me tell you something. President Trump is going to bomb them again if they screw around.
Hopefully they live up to it. And if not, the pounding's coming. We're going to do it again and again and again.
The Cats and Cosby Show, weekdays 5 Eastern, 4 Central on the stations of the John Fredericks Media Network.
Trump is the toughest president we ever had.
Well, he's definitely the best bomber.
At the end of the day, I don't care.
That's Andy Ogles.
I'm an economist, former member of law enforcement. I worked in traffic.
After lying about his resume,
I don't recall ever saying I had economic degree.
the local sheriff said Ogles lied about his work in child sex trafficking, and his phone was even seized by the FBI, and he's still under investigation. After all the lying, what's Andy's message to Tennessee families?
Hey, I don't care.
Paid for by Invest in Tomorrow Coalition PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
This is Crom Carmichael, CEO of Solti. We got a wonderful email from one of our customers up east named Joe, and here's what he had to say. I started taking Solti almost out of desperation with little hope because I was resigned to the futility that although I was up to taking 2 statins a day, high cholesterol was something I just had to learn to live with. In fact, when I turned 60, after taking a stress cardio test, my doctor called me on a Saturday, which of course is never a good sign, and told me that I was clogged more than 95% of the people my age. I had an angioplasty and a stent procedure done at that time. Today, my stubborn triglycerides are only 1/3 of what they had been before starting taking Solti. My prescription statin dosage has shrunk from 60 milligrams to only 10 milligrams a day. My primary care doctor that I have had for many years still can't believe the results, and neither can I. Thank you, Solti, for providing such a wonderful product. And folks, I want to invite you to take care of your heart also by going to GodzillaHeart.com. That's GodzillaHeart.com. Use the code Godzilla at checkout, and you'll get a 50% discount on your initial shipment. Thanks so much.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right, you're great zombie. And
He's your Godzilla of the truth in America.
Run! It's Godzilla!
No gibberish or nonsense, just common sense. And now back to the John Fredericks Show.
Okay, we got you back. It's Tennessee Day. We got Tennessee Johnny Garrett coming up. That's his nickname, Tennessee Johnny Garrett. He's running for Congress in the 6th District. Big primary tomorrow. A lot of moving parts. Biggest news out of that, Blackburn way ahead. She is very likely to be the gubernatorial nominee unless there's some kind of an earthquake going on and John Rose sneaks up the rail. Not going to happen. That's what I predict. And she is going to be the gubernatorial nominee. But all these other races are wide open. And Ogles right now in a dead heat, trying to hang on to his seat. That's going to be decided tomorrow. Andy Ogles, his district is the new one. They gerrymandered that, runs from Williamson County, parts of Nashville, all the way towards Memphis. It's like Harshberger said, it's easier for her to get to Canada than go to Memphis. We just had her on. Tennessee Johnny Garrett coming up. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network, and it's great to have you with us as always. And I tell you what, there's a major sale right now. My Pillow, Mike Lindell, he's running for governor. He needs your help. We just got these boxes in. I'm like, what are these boxes? We got like 7 boxes from My Pillows, one after the other coming in. Like, what are these boxes analyzed? Well, Joe's going back to baseball. He's going back to Maryland. He's going out of rehab. He's moving into his apartment on the 10th with his couple of baseball roommates that Maryland sets him up in, and he needs all this stuff. And it's all My Pillow. I'm like, what is all this stuff? My Pillow bed sheets, My Pillow pillows, My Pillow pillowcases, My Pillow slippers, My Pillow comforter, My Pillow blanket, My Pillow mattress topper. Well, because he's an athlete, he's got to sleep on a nice mattress. This and that, all coming to us. And I'm like, what is all this stuff? She said, you know what? I'm the one-man gang fighting inflation and affordability. I saved hundreds and hundreds of dollars on My Pillow, and I got his whole room set to go. This is the biggest sale, mega sale ever. Just go to mypillow.com, mypillow.com, Mike Lindell. And it's very easy. Promo code Godzilla. Everything is there. You can get you got a kid going to college. You got to get all this stuff done, or you need stuff for yourself or whole home. My Pillow, we're saving thousands of dollars. And or you can give them a call, 800-854-0504, Dan, 800-854-0504. Or you can go to mypillow.com/Godzilla, promo code Godzilla, and it is all there. It's great to have everybody with us. Let's get to Tennessee. Johnny Garrett is with us. Johnny Garrett, great to have you with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Johnny, it's always good to have you on. We got all these primaries coming up. By the way, quick announcement. We just filed to buy another station outside of Nashville in Williamson County, WAKM, AM 950. As soon as the FCC signs off on that, we'll go online probably about the first week in September. We'll be carrying the Tennessee Volunteers and the Tennessee Titans. Dan, much to your chagrin, we carry the Steelers everywhere else, but Titans football coming to our network. I'm a Titans fan, so obviously when the station became available, of course I'm going to buy it.
You have to grab it. Well, you need to come. You need to come for the Super Bowl in 2030. That's coming to the new stadium.
Well, I know, but I was going to get season tickets, but Amy's trying to gouge me worse than Exxon Mobil and Chevron. They're trying to gouge me. She wants $2,500 just for the licensing fee, just for the opportunity to buy the season tickets. And I'm like, Amy, sorry, I love you to death, but you've run the team into the ground. We got 3 wins, 2 seasons in a row. I don't think so. You start winning games, I'm not going to give you, I got to buy 2 season tickets. I got to spend $5,000 for a license fee? I don't think so.
And then an opportunity. Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Because it's state funded. You guys funded it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Titans. I'm a diehard fan. I am going to the opening game against the Jets, whatever. I'm not paying her license fee. Not when you win 3 games 2 years in a row.
It's been a rough couple of years for our Titans, no doubt.
I know, man. We never recovered from Tannehill's 3 interceptions against the Bengals. I was at that game. No way we should have got beat. Well, why do you even bring this up? We're here to talk about you.
That's right.
See, you know how every time you come on, you know how to push all my buttons, right?
That's right.
I know you're waiting for this. Tell me about, well, first of all, you're not going to be back in the House.
That's right.
You're a majority whip, so you're not going to be back in the State House, unfortunately for us. Tell me about your race. Tell me about your congressional race, District 6, John Rose's seat. Give our audience, where is it? Who else is in it? How do you win?
Sure. Well, right now the Titan Stadium is in the district, so you'd be excited to hear that the 6th district is going to represent the Titan Stadium, and we go all the way almost to Knoxville through what we call the Upper Cumberland to Morgan, Scott, and Campbell County, and every county in between from Wilson, Sumner, and Davidson County, about 17 counties. And I can tell you what, I've been to every single one, almost every single city. And as a 7th generation Tennessean, we have some beautiful countryside here in the 6th. So I'm excited. The race, we believe, we are in the driver's seat. We've been working hard. We've been hitting doors. We've been, of course, up on TV. The feedback that we're getting on the ground, I think they're excited to send a Trump warrior to DC, as my theme says, because what we've created, the environment that we've created here in the state, I'm bringing a lot of Tennessee to DC, and I really think people are excited about that. If we could just have a little bit of what we've created in this state, balancing budgets, making sure we conserve the money, the taxpayers' dollars, if we could have that mentality in DC, just a little bit of it, we would have a great country. We have a great country now, but we'd be even better, and that's what President Trump has been doing since he's been up there.
Now, how many people are in your race, and did Trump make it an endorsement in the race?
Trump has not. The president has not endorsed in our race. There are 3 folks in the race. One from Smith County, his name's John Henry, and then former Congressman Van Hillary is in the race as well. So there's 3 of us. There was a 4th candidate, but she suspended her campaign about a month ago. So it's going to, even though she's still on the ballot, but there's 3 people that are actively campaigning. And of course, Election Day is tomorrow, so it is upon us.
Okay, so tell me about where you stack up, and is this a straight plurality, like whoever gets the majority of votes wins? There's not a runoff. It's just
whoever has 1 vote more than the other, and if you're in the lead, you'll be the Republican nominee and you'll be the next congressman, because this seat is a safe Republican seat. It's probably an R+20 seat. So in the general, it's just not a competitive seat. So the race is tomorrow. The winner of the primary tomorrow will be the next congressman.
How do you feel about it?
I feel really good. We have been intentional about our message. We have supported from day one. The moment the president came down the escalator in 2015 or 2016, we've supported his agenda. That's what folks want. That's what we see on the ground to make sure we can pass what we've passed here in the state, the Tennessee's first agenda. People want to see America first. I mean, I still can't believe when you have 6,600 people in New Jersey that are not Americans that they've added to the voter rolls. How crazy is that? We've got a whole lot of momentum here. Riley Gaines has endorsed the campaign. Leader Scalise with Emmer, Chief Deputy Rauschenthaler. We've got a lot of the leadership in the House that's endorsed the campaign. Clay Travis he's from Gilletsville, my hometown, is supporting the campaign. So we feel like that momentum over the months that we've been out here has really driven people to the campaign, and love to hear what Johnny Garrett and my family stands for, so we can take a little Tennessee to D.C.
So you got Tom Emmer's backing?
Yes, sir. I've met Tom. We immediately hit it off. Good question. I guess luck. He really liked what he saw. And me being the majority whip, him being the majority whip in the House, we immediately connected. He's got a whole heck of a lot harder job than I do up there, given the fact that we've got 75 Republicans in the State House of 99 total, and he's got such small margins. So I could I could understand the job he has trying to get great legislation across the finish line for Speaker Johnson and his team in our House. It's rough.
And you also got Scalise's backing?
Yes, sir. They both have publicly endorsed the campaign. That happened several months ago, and we're excited to have them on the team.
Now, why wouldn't they have backed Van Hillary, who was a former congressman?
I don't know. I mean, it's of the fact that I think, he's been DC forever. He's been up there for a long time. He's never really left. Maybe they want someone fresh, someone that's been working on the ground right now. Like, we redistrict here in the state to get rid of the woke Steve Cohen in Memphis. And I was the first sitting legislator to call for the special session and to get rid of that seat for President Trump, to make sure that we can at least be a whole lot more competitive in the midterms to keep the House, right? So I'm sitting here working on the ground as we sit. And I think they saw that. I think they recognized a fighter, and they wanted that fighter up in D.C. to bring a little Tennessee to D.C. So I was excited to earn their support.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to try to get Tom Emmer on tomorrow. Talk about your race. I'm a good friend of his, and I get him on all the time. I didn't realize he went out and endorsed Tennessee Johnny Garrett. By the way,
He
for
did.
people who don't know, Johnny Garrett's nickname is Tennessee Johnny Garrett. How he got that, I have no idea, but that's what everybody calls him. That's what I know him as, Tennessee Johnny. So, right? How did you get that nickname?
I'll wear that proudly.
How'd you get that nickname?
I have no idea. Maybe it's the Tennessee to DC. I don't know. Who knows what people decide to call us in these campaigns? But I'll take it.
What about that guy that's running on the Democratic ticket? Just 1 second. I want to focus on your race, but
sure.
The guy that was part of that gang of three or something that's running.
You're talking about Mr. Pearson. Is who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
What's the deal with this guy?
He's just performative. I mean, he lives on clicks for his Twitter account and Facebook account. We kicked him out of the General Assembly once for taking over the well of the House with his bullhorn and just acting a fool. And then the Memphis City Council appointed him right back. I mean, that's kind of what we're dealing with in the state. That's what we're dealing with in Nashville. The Mondamis of the world live in Nashville and live in Memphis, right? And that's a battle that we continue to have in the General Assembly. And that's why we need to bring more conservatives to D.C. and more conservatives in our General Assembly. And we're doing that through President Trump's message and what he's been able to achieve. People are still excited for what the president has achieved over the past 2 years in his second presidency. They're getting excited about that. They're seeing the crazy play out on TV with a candidate like Justin Pearson that could possibly be the Democratic nominee, I think, for Tennessee's 9th that's newly created. He's not going to win, but he can certainly be their nominee. And that's the type of people that the Democrats are nominating that basically hates America.
It's absolutely
they hate America.
Insane. It's insane. This guy hates America. So he didn't file for his state house seat either, right? So he's out of the state house.
I think he is still on. They have Gloria Johnson ran against Marsha Blackburn for her election in the Senate. She stayed on the state house ballot. You don't have to. You can do both here in the state. I chose not to.
Why?
Because why? Well, we've tried to file a piece of legislation this past General Assembly to prevent someone from running for both. It somehow got mixed up in the legislative process and didn't happen. But you can technically run for both. I don't think you should be able to. I think you should choose. I think it's unfair to the people that you want two offices, knowing you cannot serve both should you win, right? But these Democrats, they do that. And so I'm pretty sure he's on the state rep ballot and also on the ballot for Congress. It's his backup plan.
Well, so I wish you had. I mean, you could have filed for that too, right?
I could have, but I chose. I wanted to be the conservative candidate that's going to help President Trump the best because I was doing it right here on the ground, right here in the General Assembly.
Basically, you went all in. Burned all the escape hatches behind you.
That's right. That's right. I don't think it would have been fair to my district, fair to the people of the 45th State House district if I chose both.
Right.
That's not
who
I am.
And if you don't win, you're out, and that's it. There's no backup plan.
That's right. That's right.
No backup plan.
We were going to work hard, achieve this, win this race, and I wasn't going to tell my people back home in my state district, hey, by the way, you can vote for me there too. That's just not that's not Tennessee Johnny.
No, look. I like the courage, and I haven't seen any polling on the district. I talked to a couple of people that told me Van Hillary had the inside track, but I've seen no polling, and you seem to be, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know Van personally. I've never had him on. I've never talked to him. I'm sure he's a good guy. But look, I mean, if you're looking for an outsider, you want somebody that's not been there. I mean, Van Hillary's been there. All I got to know is that Tom Emmer backed you.
That's right.
Emmer is a fighter. Guy's a fighter.
He is.
And he doesn't surround himself with people that don't fight. Emmer is a fighter.
Yes.
And he comes on for 6 seconds. I mean, I basically ask one question, and then I can go make a cup of coffee. I can go work out, come back. I mean, the guy is just, he's a ball of fire. And how you think about him as whip there. He's got a 2-seat majority. They pass everything.
That's
How
right.
the hell do you do that?
I mean, he works his magic. He works he's got good folks like Diana, who you had on before. I was listening before. I didn't know she was going to be on before. What a great congresswoman we have in East Tennessee. And of course, I serve with her son, and he's in the state Senate, but I've gotten to know him a little bit. What a great family they've got going on there. So we got a lot of good things happening in the House, and Emmer does a fantastic job as a whip. Again, probably him and the speaker and Leader Scalise have a tough job, and you said it, a 2-seat majority. Wouldn't it be great to go back to the days where we got 20, 25, 30 seat majority, where we can get some real work done on behalf of the American people? That's where I hope to help this, if we get to Congress, to make sure we elect good conservatives across this country, because I really believe we have better ideas because it's worked right here in Tennessee.
I mean, wouldn't it be great to have in Tennessee, now that we're expanding our footprint there, wouldn't it be great to have Harshberger, Ogles, and Tennessee Johnny? I mean, wouldn't that be a great trio?
That sounds pretty good.
I think it sounds good. Andy's race is tough. They want him out so bad. They're spending millions. The Democrats are coming in with a pack trying to get him out. When the Democrats are coming in spending money to get you out, that's the guy that I want to vote for. That's the guy you want.
It's been an interesting race. And
tell me how when you go to Congress. And again, I don't have a feel for this race. I do hope you win. If you go to Congress, what's the first thing you're going to do to make a difference? Really make a difference, Johnny?
Well, look, to make sure we have people in the room that will have hard, tough decisions to make America where we need America to be. And I hate to say the way the president to make America great, right? To make sure we continue to focus on America first. And I think President Trump has done just that. And again, I know I said it before, but I still cannot believe we had an immigration package in the state where now in the state of Tennessee, it is illegal to be an illegal alien. It's never been a state crime to be an illegal alien present in the state, and we just did that this year. So for me to hear 6,600 people in New Jersey that are now eligible to vote that aren't Americans makes it even more important that we have the Save America Act passed, because that's what the Democrats are going to do. They want non-Americans electing non-Americans in America. How un-American is that? It doesn't even make sense. And so that's, if I were up there now, that would be priority one. Save America by passing the Save America Act.
Are you going to
Nothing
fight?
else.
Are you going to fight for the MAGA agenda?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what Tennessee wants. I believe that's what America wants. I believe that's why more people are migrating to the Republican Party, because of what President Trump's been able to achieve. He has renewed, I think, people's faith in America. Our conservative values, people are actually being introduced to through President Trump, through the MAGA movement. I think it's wonderful.
Tennessee Johnny, it's great to have you with us. Good luck tomorrow. As soon as we get off here, I'm gonna text Tom Emmer, try to get him on tomorrow.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to join you.
You know what? We should do that. I should get Scalise and Emmer on. Right?
That'd be great. That'll be great.
I'm gonna do as soon as I get off here. Isn't that a great idea?
I'd be honored to be a part of that.
Listen, let me just tell you, anybody that Emmer endorses, like I got to take that very seriously, because Emmer's a beast.
He is. I mean, like I said, I've witnessed it. The job he has.
All right,
there's
I gotta
nobody
go.
else. Thank you very much.
Wait. People want to follow you,
Sure.
vote for you, get involved with your campaign, give you money. Where do they go?
Go to JohnnyGarrettForCongress.com. It's got all about me. I've got my own Facebook, Johnny Garrett for Congress, but JohnnyGarrettForCongress.com is how they can find me.
JohnnyGarrettForCongress.com. 2 R's, 2 T's. JohnnyGarrettForCongress.com. Who's your general consultant in this race?
Well, the Baker Group is the general consultant.
Ward Baker Inc.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Who's your campaign man? Who's your comms guy?
My guy who handles my schedule every single day. His name is Sam Oldham. Great person. Great guy.
Send me Sam's.
We can do
contact. As soon as we go here, send me Sam's contact. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to get this set up tomorrow.
Okay, good deal.
See what happens when you come on my show? All these good things happen, dude.
I didn't mean to hijack it, I promise.
Why don't you go on my guy's Leahy show?
I do. Love that guy. He's great.
Does he like you?
I think so. Yeah, we got a great. We've been on quite a bit his show throughout my time in the legislature. I really like Michael. He's a good friend of mine. He does a great job.
Like?
There's nothing. That's great. I know. But I wouldn't tell him that.
Don't tell him that. His head is.
I'm not going to tell him you said that.
His head is big enough. He'll be asking me for more money. Forget it. Don't tell him that.
That's right. You got it.
Send me your guy, Olden, and I'll get this all set.
We'll do it. Thank you very much for having me on.
Good luck, Johnny Garrett.
Thank you.
Hey, you know who's on next? You probably want to tune this in.
Who's that?
Saltzman.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Saltzman's on next. First thing I'm going to do is ask him about you.
Good deal.
See you, Johnny Garrett.
All right.
Good luck.
Futures are up 32 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
A stray SpaceX rocket is on track to crash into the moon. And as they watch, researchers are hoping to learn.
Those watching the moon in the UK, even with telescopes, won't have seen much, as daylight would have washed away the tiny flash of the impact. Because scientists know the rocket's size, speed, and the exact spot where it hits, they can test their ideas about how impacts make craters, throw out debris, and affect the moon's interior. These measurements will help engineers design safer moon bases and lunar landers by showing how much impacts throw up lunar rock. It also adds to our knowledge of how the Earth and Moon formed 4.5 billion years ago.
That's a BBC's Pallab Ghosh. The head of the World Health Organization has arrived in Congo, supporting measures being ramped up to slow the world's fastest-growing Ebola outbreak. So far has claimed more than 1,700 lives. News and analysis at townhall.com. Employers are hiring, albeit at a marginally slower pace.
U.S. job openings fell slightly in June, but the labor market continued to show resilience in the face of an economic shock from the fighting in Iran. The Labor Department says that employers posted 7.36 million vacancies in June, down from 7.5 million in May, but still in line with expectations. Layoffs were little changed at 1.8 million. Openings rose at warehouse, transportation, and utility companies and at federal government agencies. Openings dropped at wholesalers and manufacturers of non-durable goods. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Lawyers for a man charged with damaging the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool say the Justice Department knew or should have known for weeks that the case was flawed. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro has moved to dismiss the indictment against David Hearn, bringing criticism from President Trump. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Now more than ever, it's imperative to support companies that share our conservative values. That's why I can't be more excited to tell you that I've switched my family to Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. When you switch to Patriot Mobile, you shift your support away from the leftist, woke, progressive agendas of Big Mobile. Patriot Mobile's wireless service works perfectly and seamlessly as you go about your lives with exceptional nationwide coverage that uses the same towers the main carriers use. Patriot Mobile donates a portion of every dollar earned to causes you care about, to organizations that fight for religious freedom, First and Second Amendments, sanctity of life, and the needs of veterans and first responders. Patriot Mobile has plans to fit any budget, along with great discounts for our veterans and first responder heroes, as well as multi-line users. Switching is easy. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Godzilla or call their U.S.-based customer service team, 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-728-7468. Use offer code Godzilla for free activation.
Trouble getting to sleep and staying asleep is infuriating. Your mind races, you toss and turn. Nutrition company Healthy Cell created REM sleep to help you quickly fall asleep, stay asleep, and sleep deep. Unlike other supplements that don't work, REM sleep is not a pill. It's a gel you swallow with ultra absorption of science-backed ingredients supporting all 4 stages of sleep. Go to healthycell.com and use code Godzilla for 20% off your first order. Risk-free. Love it or your money back. Guaranteed. Healthycell.com. Code Godzilla.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
I guarantee they're going to be the most comfortable pillows you'll ever own. King size only $24.98, queen size only $19.98. Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, as low as $29.98. Lux Pierce 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you. What a concept. Now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. Plus, free shipping options available when you order today. So don't delay, order now.
Everybody's talking about weight loss injections because the results are so dramatic. They work by lowering blood sugar and reducing appetite. So, what if you're looking to lose weight but not interested in painful weekly injections, especially when you hear about some of those intense side effects? That's why doctors created a weight loss supplement called Lean, and the results are remarkable. The ingredients studied in Lean have been shown to lower your blood sugar, burn fat by converting it into energy, and curb your appetite and cravings, so you're not as hungry. But listen, Lean is not for the casual dieter with only a few pounds to lose. The doctors at Brickhouse Nutrition created Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 or more pounds to lose. Get started with 20% off and free rush shipping so you can add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Go to takelean.com and enter the code Godzilla for your discount. That's discount code Godzilla at takelean.com.
And they're off. This summer, the Thunder returns to Colonial Downs Racetrack. Live thoroughbred racing June 25th through September 7th. Feel the excitement. Hear the roar of the crowd. Experience Virginia's premier horse racing destination every Thursday through Sunday all summer long. Bring the whole family for Family Fun Sundays, packed with activities for all ages. Parking? Free. General admission? Free. Memories? Priceless. Make Colonial Downs Racetrack your new summer fun time tradition. Get tickets and race day info now at colonialdowns.com.
Wagering at its finest, playing at the highest levels, under the highest stakes, for more than a decade. This is the world Past the Wire has conquered, bringing you uncompromised thoroughbred authority and elite track data that anchors the game. But the modern wagering landscape is expanding. Every sport, every line, every prop, and every high-leverage future, we decode the metrics across the entire board. From game day spreads to the explosive new frontier of prediction markets and event contracts, we give you intelligence to dominate the modern financial exchanges. Because in the end, it's a battle. You versus the house. You versus the other players. In this arena, we fight with you. We are your ultimate edge. Welcome to the Ultimate Wagering Network. Subscribe to Past the Wire TV and turn on notifications, because when the dust settles,
nobody does it better.
Live from the studios of the John Fredericks Media Network, it's The John Fredericks Show. Grab yourself a cup of 1775 coffee, sit back, and get ready for the best 4 hours of talk in the universe. To be part of the show, just call our toll-free number, 888-480-5646. And now, here's the Godzilla of Truth, the Oracle of the Deplorables, the man who plays to win the game. John Fredericks.
Great to have you. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network, and I am your Godzilla of the Truth in America, your Oracle of the Deplorables, coming live from Washington, D.C. Hey, today is Tennessee Day. Their big primary, well, that's tomorrow, August 6th, right? August 6th. Time flies when you're having fun, and there's a lot of close races going on, and, of course, a big announcement coming. We just are in the midst of acquiring another radio station in the Nashville area in Williamson, WAKM AM 950. And that is making its way through the FCC approval process. And we're going to be good to go. Probably going to take that over around September. We'll be carrying, as part of our conservative News Talk Sports Network, we'll be carrying the Tennessee Titans. We'll also be carrying the Tennessee Volunteers. So as our footprint in News Talk Sports grows, we'll be adding both the Volunteers and the Titans. I'm a Titans fan, so obviously when they have the contract and that station came up available, obviously I'm going to buy it just so I can play the Titans games on it, right? Even though we're Steelers everywhere else. So take that, Dan. I get to tune in Titans, have the app. We're going to be rocking and rolling, and so we're looking forward to that. Try to get the Predators, but I couldn't because they got a contract with somebody in the area. Actually, it's weird there because the Predators radio network people that run it own the radio stations in Nashville to run the Predators. So we had no shot at getting that. And I'm certainly not going to run the Caps there. So Caps are in Virginia, Penguins in Pittsburgh and West Virginia. It's all good. Great to have you with us. Chip Saltzman coming up. We got a big races going on. Big races. And let me just start. You got to have good health care. I mean, the money that we look, I'm 68 and I get what's it called, Dan? Medicare, right?
Medicare. Yep, Medicare.
I'm paying more money than if I just went independent. I mean, it's like, what is the purpose of this? I mean, it's crazy what you have to pay now. And if you're tired of getting hammered by outrageous healthcare costs, here's what we've got for you. The Smart Health Plan. This is the Smart Health Plan. Go to the smarthealthplan.com, the smarthealthplan.com, and you get complete and comprehensive coverage, including, get this, hospitalization, surgery, critical illness protection. You also get access to a national PPO network with a low $15 doctor visit copay. This is a really good deal. And Barry Draper has done a super job here. I've got so many good positive vibes off it. And people that have checked this out and said it's saving the money and it's better. They also cover prescriptions. Now, if you need an individual plan or a group plan coverage for your company, if you have a small company like we do, Mountaineer Healthcare has flexible options designed to save you some serious money. For instance, here's the kicker. Rates can be 35 to 40% lower than unsubsidized marketplace plans or traditional group coverage, and it's great coverage. That's real savings for working Americans. Now, you can call them now, 833-752-6742, 833-752-6742, or you can just go to the smarthealthplan.com, the smarthealthplan.com, and you're good to go, the smarthealthplan.com. And look, here's the thing. Just call them up or go to their website, right, and get a quote. You'd have nothing to lose. Just get a quote. Nothing to lose. See if they're going to be right for you, and then you're good to go. Just get a quote, and you're good to go. The Smart Health Plan, go to smarthealthplan.com, the smarthealthplan.com, or call them, 833-752-6742. Okay. Well, it's Tennessee Day. Of course, you couldn't have Tennessee Day without Chip Saltzman, who is one of the key consultants in the area, and it's good to have him with us. Chip, thanks for joining us today.
John, good morning. It is Tennessee Day. Of course, every day is Tennessee Day as far as I'm concerned, and I'm excited to get you in Nashville and listening to you if I'm not at a Titans game or a Volunteers game. So congratulations to you.
Well, thank you, and we are fired up to have you. I just want to go over all these races to just give everybody a little sense here of like, who is Chip Saltzman? Why is he on? This is probably one of the most dialed in political minds and consultants in Tennessee. Works with a bunch of different clients. He's been involved in a lot of races. He was part of the whole movement, really, to bring Tennessee red. And there's no better political analyst dialed in Tennessee than Chip Saltzman. And Chip, I really appreciate the time today.
John, I appreciate it. Of course, when we got started on this in '94, we were both a couple of kids just hanging out. But really, it started in 2000 when I was state party chairman, beating Al Gore in his home state, and since then, literally every cycle. And now we have to beat up on Republicans because there's no Democrats left. So that's what this is tomorrow. We've got primaries all across the state. Got good candidates on every side of it, and like I said, we're going to beat up a few of us tomorrow, and then get back on the same team, and then go to work for November.
Let's get your assessment on some of these races, and we'll go right down the line, Chip. We'll start with the big one, the gubernatorial race. Looking at the numbers, and she's got my endorsement.
Yep.
Looks like Marsha Blackburn headed to an easy victory in the gubernatorial primary.
I've known Marsha for a long time, worked with her in the 90s. Heck of a congressman, heck of a senator. I'm here to tell you, I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to be a big win if it's a win. I think it's getting a little spicy here. I think she's still likely to win. That's what I tell people all the time. But John Rose has run a heck of a campaign. He's closing. I think I told somebody the other day I have been run over by the runaway train, and I've been the conductor on a runaway train a few times. And once that thing starts moving, it's hard to stop it, much like we have seen in other states this cycle. I would not expect an early, easy win for Senator Blackburn tomorrow. I would expect it's going to be a close race, and it's going to come down to the wire. I mean, they're still out working for votes right now, both of them.
Chip, what has led the Rose surge here? Because a couple months ago, he was kind of written off.
Yeah, I think it's a couple of things. One, obviously money. He's put in, I think at this point, $13 million of his own money. He has done what traditionally the campaigns do. I think he's done 87, 88 town halls. I think the goal was to do all 95 counties, which I assume he'll accomplish that. He has just done it the old-fashioned way. He's been grinding it out, and much like 8 years ago when Bill Lee was running, Diane Black, Randy Boyd were spending, $15-20 million, and they were beating the heck out of each other. Bill Lee was just kind of slowly, methodically going through the state. At the beginning, doing events with 10, 12 people, that was a big win. And then as his crowd's grown, so has his popularity, his name ID, his faves. It's going to be a tight race. It depends on who you talk to, but it's not going to be a blowout on election night tomorrow.
And her campaign headquarters is in Knoxville, I believe. That's where her.
Well, I think our campaign headquarters really is Nashville. She's doing election night in Knoxville.
Election night in Knoxville.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're basically saying that race is one to watch, could be closer than people like me that are not there. I mean, I'm in D.C., so we get the D.C. spin. And the D.C. spin has been Rose, kind of a flaky guy, has money, but has no traction. That's what we get fed here inside the Beltway. You're telling a much different story now, that he's surging and this thing is going to be competitive.
I don't think there's any question he's surging. It is going to be competitive. Does he have enough to get over the finish line? We're going to find out tomorrow night. I mean, I know that's the easy way out, but I think it's like I said, the race has gotten spicy. We're going to find out what happens tomorrow.
All right, let's get to the Andy Ogles race against Charlie Hatcher, former AG. Ogles gerrymandered his district, running from where I cover, Williamson County, all the way down to, I guess, Memphis. It's like going to Canada, basically.
Well, I mean, as you know, there's a lot of things with Williamson County, a lot of similarities between Williamson County, Reelfoot Lake, and downtown Memphis. I mean, it all fits together in a district really nicely.
It doesn't fit at all. It's like, but I mean, like over half of his district, people don't know him.
That's right.
Look, I'm an Ogles fan. I backed him when he first ran. He goes on my show all the time. I'm not shy about it. We've endorsed him in this race. President Trump has endorsed him. The reality is he's not raised enough money. He's not a good fundraiser. As a result of that, he doesn't have enough money going in. Hatcher's raised money He's also got PACs coming in from, some say the Democrats or whatever. They're running an ad right here on our network that I heard earlier, an anti-Ogles ad. Dan, I think you have that now, right? Dan, you have that ad? Because I just heard it play. It played at like after Harshberger got off the air at 7:35. So see if you can find that for us. It's obviously in the system it played. See if you can find that, Dan. And then yesterday, or like last night, Hatcher gets a last-minute endorsement from Governor Lee, like out of the friggin' blue. What's that about?
Well, obviously, he was Governor Lee's ag commissioner, and when for 6 of the years he was governor. Also, he was also his personal veterinarian when he was in the cattle business. So their relationship goes back 25 years. And you're right about Andy. I mean, he doesn't make this easy on himself. He doesn't raise money in the district. He doesn't spend time with any of the business community. He doesn't kind of do that. That's not his thing, and that's his decision. I think the challenge for Andy is this district fits a guy like Charlie Hatcher better than Andy. When you get over to West Tennessee and you're looking at Dyersburg and you're looking at Lauderdale County and Henry County, it's a lot of farmers, it's a lot of row croppers, it's cattle farms, it's the co-ops are the place to be. And Andy has not spent that time working it. And again, it fits Charlie better. But Andy's got the Trump endorsement, powerful tool, as we all know. And again, this one is going to be one that comes across a lot closer than it probably should have been. And like I said, the district fits Charlie better than Andy. Andy's old district was probably a little tougher in the general for Andy, but it fit him better. It was more Middle Tennessee centric. It was definitely focused on some of the small counties around Middle Tennessee that really knew Andy and they kind of knew his vibe, right, and what he is and how he does it. You're going over to Northwest Tennessee, you're going over to Western Tennessee, like Tipton County. They have never heard of the guy. They don't know what to expect. And, they expect you to come and do it the old fashioned way over in West Tennessee, which is work hard and earn it.
And he's not done that. He's
not that I can tell. A lot of those counties over there have been represented by Congressman Kustoff for the last 8 years. I work with Congressman Kustoff quite a bit, and the people I've talked to over there have not said they just haven't seen Andy. Now, I mean, I'm sure he's been over there. I'm sure he's working hard. I'm sure he's got a plan, but they have not seen him as much as they have seen Charlie. And in some parts of this state, you can buy things like in Middle Tennessee and Nashville and Knoxville. You can put a lot of money on TV and move some numbers. In rural West and some other places like that, they want to see you sweat. They want to see you work and they want to see you earn it. And I would say that's a lot about West Tennessee.
So, would you say that Ogles is in trouble?
Yeah, I would say Ogles is in trouble. I would again probably give him a slight edge going into election day because the Trump endorsement. Charlie has worked really hard, but I would give Ogles a slight edge going into election day.
All right. So if you had to predict now on the Cashy predictive market or whatever it is, poly pants or poly market, you would, if you had to do that, look, everybody knows I bet baseball. I do the regular apps. I don't do Cashy or poly. For obvious reasons, I get inside stuff, so I can't be involved in it. But if you were on one of these markets right now, you would see Andy as a slight favorite to win.
I would think so. Maybe even more of a slight favorite because he is an incumbent and he has a Trump endorsement. And unless it's a little bit like the governor's race, if you're not on the ground and you're not talking to people, you may be a week behind the curve on what's actually happening on the ground.
Here's I'm going to play this as earned media. This ad is running across our Tennessee network. This is from the PAC, and obviously ads, we back Andy, but ads come in, you have to put the ads. So play this, Dan, for Chip Salzman.
It's time we send a farmer to Congress. Charlie Hatcher, a fifth-generation Tennessee farmer who served under Governor Bill Lee. A business owner, Charlie Hatcher is an America First conservative who gets things done. Pro-gun, pro-life, pro-Trump, Charlie Hatcher is the trusted conservative leader we need. Endorsed by Tennessee leaders, Charlie Hatcher is built farm tough. On August 6th, vote Charlie Hatcher. It's time we send a farmer to Congress. Invest in Tomorrow Coalition PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I mean, that's a pretty powerful ad.
Yeah, and it speaks to the district, right? I mean, it is, again, his Andy's old district really fit him. It was smaller, more compact. People knew him from his time even at AFP to mayor. But he's getting introduced the first time to some of these folks over in West Tennessee. And being a farmer in West Tennessee, it sends a message to a lot of folks over there. Look, the old district, the old 8th district was the most rural district in the state by a lot. Now it's been cut up to accommodate another district. But when you go to the town squares and you go to the high school football games in the fall and all that kind of stuff, being a farmer is what they're talking about. And like I said, the hot place in town's the co-op and the farm bureau. And don't get me wrong, a lot of other industries over there. West Tennessee's growing, and but it matters, especially in a primary where you have 80,000 people that may vote into it, and you've got 80% of those people never heard of Andy Ogles before 90 days.
Tough. We're with Chip Salzman. This is Tennessee Day, big Tennessee Republican primary tomorrow. That's August 6th. You want to get out and vote, be sure you do that. It's on a Thursday. There's been very low turnout at early voting, so you want to get out there and vote for the candidate of your choice. We are with Chip Salzman. He's a very noted, longtime Republican operative, consultant, analyst. Pretty much, if you want to know what's going on in Tennessee politics, you make one phone call, and that's Chip Salzman. That's all you got to do.
And then I turn around and call you and say, what should I say?
Pretty much going to get it. And somebody, I just asked him, who's your consultant? And it was that Tennessee Johnny. And he said the Baker Group. I'm like,
yeah,
there's no Baker Group. What does that mean? It's like Baker Inc.
That's right. That's right.
The Baker Group. It's like some kind of a consortium. No, it's like one guy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Ward Baker, obviously. Plus, he's a Titans fan, so I give him a pass. There's even though Amy's trying to charge me $2,500 licensing fee for the privilege of buying like thousands of dollars of season tickets. Like
John,
3 games, Amy.
I was there when we negotiated the Titans or then the Oilers move into Nashville. I was in the governor's office. I've had season tickets since I went to the very first game in the in the stadium. I'll go to the very last game. I've already bought. Amy already knows I've already bought my tickets for the new stadium. I'm a huge Titans fan. I'll be at every game I can. The only thing I hate is that football season and duck season collide. And so I've got to get out of a duck blind and get back to Nashville really quick.
Right, so do you recommend that I bite the bullet and pay Amy's licensing fee to buy?
Yeah. So I will say this. Did you go to the Titan House and do the tour and kind of look at all the options? There's some really neat options, and it's not like even in the old stadium where you could have gotten the upper tier deck and you were quote nosebleeds. There's no nosebleeds in this stadium. Everything's about 20 or 30% closer. I hope that I'm not paid by the Tennessee Titans, but maybe you and I should get on a marketing deal because the stadium is going to be really nice. The whole facility is going to be great. I've kind of had a tour or two along the way. I'm super excited about the new stadium, and I think it's going to coalesce right to the point of Cam Ward and our draft choices like Carnell Tate are going to be coming into their own, and I hope that first season we have a good run.
How many games are we gonna win this season?
I think I will be thrilled with 8-8. And 8-9. Yeah, that's right. I forget we've got a 17th game.
We're
now.
on the same page. I think we win 8 games, 8 or 9 games. If you win 9 games in the AFC South, you have an outside shot to get.
There's no question.
Jacksonville's not that good. They're smoke and mirrors. Texas got a good defense, but as long as you got Stroud back there, they're gonna continue to lose games they should win, and the Colts are a train wreck. So I think we got a shot. I think it's going to be fun. I love the receiver we got. I understand he's got great hands. I love Dayball running the offense. So I'm pretty optimistic.
I'm optimistic. There's not many of us out there, but I'm optimistic.
Well, we're going to have a good defense.
Yeah, going to have a great front
about
line.
Salah, I don't care if he goes to like high school, coaches Mary's School of the Headless and Blind.
He's going to have a good defense.
It doesn't matter who he's got. All right, we got to get into politics. So you're predicting Ogles win. Okay, I like that. I'm hoping he wins. I'm going to probably go up there tomorrow night. Dan, hold that a second, Dan. So let's go to the other big one, Tennessee 6.
Yep. Now I'm involved in 6 and 9. Van Hillary and I have been friends for 30 years, and even back in the day when I lived in Washington, I was roommates with Van Hillary and the late Senator Lindsey Graham, and we were roommates together on 9/11 when that happened. So I am I will try to be impartial, but I'm not going to be partial on this one.
Go ahead.
Van's been a long time friend. Van's represented some of that district over when he was in Congress. Johnny's run a good campaign. We're in the explain to people why they shouldn't vote for somebody part of the campaign season. And Johnny's reached into his pocketbook, put about $1.5 million in there. We're banging away. I think Van's outworked Johnny on the ground. Johnny has outspent us on the air by, I think he's about 2-1 right now. So this is going to be your typical day, grassroots versus money campaign. Although Van's done a great job raising money, he's raised about 1.6 million. And for a non-incumbent, it's one of the most campaigns I've ever raised in Tennessee over the last 20 years. I think I'm going to give a slight edge to Van on that on election night. I think in this district, especially with John Rose running for governor and kind of surging at the end, I feel really good about what we're going to do for Van Hillary on election night.
All right, so you're predicting Van Hillary victory. Disclaimer: you're part of his campaign.
Yeah. I'm biased and not partial at all.
Look, that's fine. I think that's going to be one. I'm going to get up there Thursday night. This is one of the races to watch, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Along with the Ogles race with Hatcher, and I'm still, I mean, I get the Bill Lee thing. They're friends, ad commissioner, but why come in at the last minute? Like, it just doesn't feel good to me when you do that kind of stuff. Like Emmer backed your opponent. Months ago. Okay. That's months ago. Scalise and Emmer backed him. Why if your governor come in at the final moment to try to screw Ogles? Like, I just don't get that.
Yeah. Look, like I said, we fought really hard 25, 30 years ago to make sure that we, because back then it was all Republicans were united in one cell to beat Democrats. Now we fight Republicans. Right. And that's what we do. And because we, like I said, we beat all the Democrats out there. And now we beat up on each other. But there is a way to do it the right way. And there's a way to kind of do it out of bounds. And,
I think that was out of bounds.
Yeah. And I think Governor Lee, I don't think anybody questioned whether he was going to be for Charlie Hatcher or not. If he would have asked me, maybe I said, just endorse your friend and do that and do an event for him and
do it like a month out. Do a fundraiser. Say, hey, this is my ad guy. He did a great job for me. We're friends. Just like you basically saying, look, Van Hillary and I were roommates. We went through 9/11 together. We've been friends forever. I backed him when he was in Congress. I was his guy. Then we all understand that. But you come out in the final hour, and it looks like I saw a poll, and I saw my guy is now getting close, and so I'm going to screw Ogles. That's the way it felt to me when I saw it. It's like he waited to, if you're going to endorse somebody, endorse them. Like Trump endorsed Ogles day one. As soon as Trump backed him, like day one, not like, let me look at a poll and see. It's just icky. Icky. I don't like it.
Yeah,
he's
I got you.
Outgoing, who cares? Okay, 9. Tell me about Tennessee. 9.
Yeah, again, full disclosure, I'm working for Senator Taylor in that race, and been friends with him since the early 2000s. Actually, when I was party chairman, and when he first ran for Congress back in 2002, against Marsha Blackburn and David Kustoff. So that's an interesting storyline there. That if when Brent wins this race, you're going to have all the candidates from 2002, Marsha Blackburn and David Kustoff and Brent Taylor. And then the fourth one was a guy named Mark Norris, who's now a federal judge. Pretty good class of candidates for Congress. You're going to end up with 2 congressmen and got 1 senator and then a federal judge. But Brent has worked really hard in this race. He kicked off the campaign writing $1 million check. He has spent the last few years as a state senator really working hard for the region down in Shelby County, big on law and order. The fight that district really fits well too. It basically runs from downtown Memphis again to Shelbyville, Tennessee, home of Tennessee Walking Horse Association, and then up to Williamson County again. So it's a lot of mileage. It's a lot of counties. Money's going to matter in this one. Working hard is going to matter this one. I don't know exactly the number that Todd Warner has put in. And then there's another third candidate there named Jeremy Thompson, military man, from all accounts, a really stand-up nice guy, just doesn't have the infrastructure and money to get off the ground. But I'm not going to put a lean on this one. I'm going to put heavy fave Brent Taylor to win this one. Plus, he has got the Trump endorsement as well, and has done a really good job talking about it.
Well, he's going to be on my show at 9:35 Eastern, 8:35 Central. So
you can tell him I said mildly nice things about him. Don't say I was all the way nice, but just say mostly nice things about him.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
Mostly nice, like peaceful.
And then my phone will ring immediately. Say, what did you say?
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly. That's right.
But
I predict a big win in that race. I really do.
All right. Let's get. I just got to jot that down so I remember to say it. Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
It's mostly peaceful. Oh my goodness! With the bomb in the car blowing up in the back. Mostly.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chip Salzman, I want to thank you for being with us. I got Andy Ogles coming up, so
yes,
he's good. I got your guy Senator Taylor at 9:30. I got Michael Patrick Leahy on at 9.
Leahy's a good one too.
About him.
No, Leahy and I talk every once in a while, pretty regularly. He he sends me my talking points to make sure I'm on message. So I'm a big fan.
We're all coming to Tennessee, baby.
Come on, we love to have you.
Jim Salzman. I tell you, one of the reasons we bought this new station, other than the Titans, is like Anna's the CEO of the company. She's like, isn't that where Ogles is from? Isn't Ogles your friend? Yeah, we should buy that because Ogles they'll come on all the time. Now he's like, Anna asked me the other day, hey, somebody just told me Ogles is in trouble. I'm like, I don't know. I'll ask Salzman. Salzman says he's going to win, so it's all good.
Yeah, look, I mean, he likes to make election night exciting. There's no question. So why should this one be any different?
Jeff Salzman, we got to go in Titans game.
Let's do it.
Come on. Bucks.
Anytime.
The license fee. I'm not paying it.
No, do it, Amy. I'm going to tell Amy to call you.
Have Amy call me.
Yeah.
I used to call her the Joan of Arc of football until we started getting 3 wins.
Oh, well, we've had the highs. Now we're on the outs, but we shall return. We shall return.
She gave when Trump ran in 2016. She gave him $10,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that. Plus, was the other thing about Amy? Plus, if you read how she gained control of that franchise from her family.
Yeah,
dude. I mean,
she's tough. She's tough. That's all you need to know. She's tough. She is her
story.
I did. She is her father's daughter.
She's tough.
Yeah.
She had no business gaining control of that. She just outmaneuvered her entire family.
Yep. And we're lucky to have her here in Nashville. So I'm glad she's there.
I just want to win a game.
We're going to look. New stadium, franchise quarterback, great receiver, best defense, new stadium. We're on the right trajectory on this one.
You like the new uniforms?
Yeah, I'm going to go with slightly okay, mostly peaceful. Since that's what we're on the theme, right? Mostly peaceful. But I think it's a, growing up, much like a lot of your listeners, we didn't have a football stadium. We didn't have an NFL team. So back in the 80s when they were winning, I was a Steelers fan. So I like those hard colors, black, and being an Oilers fan was kind of tough back then. But I'm going to say mostly like the new uniforms, and I'm excited about the new season. And then we got one more season in the old stadium. We're going to finish strong, and then we're going to start writing a new chapter.
We hate change. I kind of like them. I really don't like them, but then they've kind of grown on me, and I'm like, whatever. It's too soft for me. Like I like the old Titans. It was a little soft,
a little edgier. Yeah, you want a little more
edgy. This is not Salah football, right? I want edgy.
I mean, we're Smash Mouth. We're known for Smash Mouth football,
know, right?
And and that the Oiler blue is Love You Blue is a little bit more soft, and
like Jeff Fisher always said, when you play us on a Sunday, we might not win, but you're going to get up Monday and you're going to know you played us.
You're going to feel it.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher said that. So they're going down Titans Road here. We'll see what happens. Chip, thanks for being with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we're going to blow through a break and go right to Andy Ogles, who's been waiting to get on. Chip, thank you. Let's get on Andy Ogles. Andy, good to have you with us. Chip just predicted victory for you, so I feel better.
Chip's a long time, political guy in Tennessee. So the fact that Chip thinks I'm going to win, look, I'm not surprised by the endorsement. Lee has some history with my opponent, and quite frankly, during COVID, the governor and I butted heads. I refused to shut down. I kept my community open. That put me at odds with the administration or the governor's administration, and I led the charge to look. Fight for freedom and liberty. And so for the kind of the establishment class in Tennessee to come after me, that's to be expected. I mean, that's what's happened in all three of my races now, is that the establishment attacks me. They try to take me down. They slander me. And, if you look at the predictive markets, it has me a huge favorite. But look, we're out there working. I'm not a big fundraiser. I'm the grassroots guy. And I think that's why I deliver big wins over and over again, is because the grassroots is loyal because they know me.
So you got some criticism about not raising enough money, spending too much time in D.C. Obviously, you have a job to do there. Though it is what it is. You have to go and vote. You're part of the Freedom Caucus, and you've got to deal with that. But you had some criticism that you've not really gotten out of the district, the new parts of the district. People don't know you, and a lot of the farmers, and that's what's fueling and making this a very competitive race. How do you respond to that?
Well, it's actually just the opposite. So, yesterday I was up in the northwest of the district. Did a huge swing through the northwest corner. Then I cut across the middle of the district, ending in Hickman County before I came back to my house and did a tele-rally with Speaker Johnson in the district. So, again, these are kind of false criticisms. But what I will say is the fact that the district is so large and is so spread out. I mean, you literally could spend, 5 days in Obion County and nobody in Middle Tennessee is going to know that you were there. You can spend 2 or 3 days in Dyer County and nobody's going to know you were there. I was just there. But that being said, we're working hard, and I expect to win. But look, God has a plan. I have faith in God and His plan for me and my family in this country. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens, which I predict victory, I'll keep moving forward.
Okay, so what are the components here? We're looking at a very low turnout, maybe 15, 18% somewhere in your district. What are the parameters here? What has to happen to see an Ogles victory tomorrow?
Again, if you look at the numbers in the counties, I have the Trump endorsement. I'm endorsed by Jim Jordan. I'm endorsed by Mike Johnson. I'm endorsed by Steve Scalise. The conservatives are endorsing me. Non-conservatives are supporting my opponent. It's that simple. And so if you want a fighter, I'm your guy. If you want someone who's going to roll over and play dead, the choice is clear. But that being said we've worked hard. I've been in all of these counties over and over again. And I have to travel back and forth to DC. And, the comments about not being a fundraiser, I actually wear that with pride. DC's broken because so many are beholden to these big corporations. I refuse to do that. Look, I'm a grassroots guy. I raise money from the grassroots. I'm not going to sell my soul so I can get reelected. I'm just going to go work. And if doing the right thing and working hard gets me reelected, that's what our founding fathers intended, and that's how I run my race. And I have no hesitations or regrets about that.
You just introduced a new controversial bill in Congress. Explain that to our audience.
Well, so you have Judge Burroughs, who's an activist judge who just defied the Supreme Court. And so it's articles of impeachment against her. But she was an Obama appointed judge. She's been ruling against the president. When Harvard was doing race-based admissions, this was the judge that prevented the Trump administration from withholding funds. I mean, activism after activism after activism. She's not a judge. She's an activist, and she needs to go.
So what's can you get that out of committee? Is that a real bill that has traction, or did you just do it for publicity, honestly?
I think this is one of the pieces of legislation. She is standing and protecting Somalis who have built our taxpayers, our country, billions upon billions of dollars. And I think even Democrats understand that what she did here is absolutely wrong. The Supreme Court has ruled that the president can end TPS, temporary protected status. And again, going back to the root cause of this is about the Somalis who are, again, defrauding this country. And so, no, I'm going to push hard to get this out of committee and on the House floor. And look, if it fails, then everybody's going to be on the record of siding with Somalis versus Americans.
There's a PAC who's spending money against you that some people are saying are funded by the Democrats, by the far left, in order to defeat you in this primary. And I think it's about $2 million there.
That's right.
It's just like right away that raises your eyebrows. Say, well, why would a Democratic PAC be spending money to defeat a Republican candidate in a Republican primary when the other Republican candidate is a Republican seat, right? I mean, the Democrats are not going to win this seat. Like, why would they be spending money to defeat you and give Hatcher the victory?
Well, again, like you said, there's this super PAC out of California. This guy supported Kamala Harris. The operatives that run this PAC work for Schumer. They hate me because I'm a fighter. I won't back down. And when they threaten me or spend money against me, I keep doing the right thing. And again, that's why I ran for Congress. We are barreling towards $40 trillion in debt. And billionaires in California should not be getting subsidies for their solar companies or their windmill plans and all this other nonsense. We've got veterans who are killing themselves at a rate of 20 a day. Let's support our veterans. We have kids who can't read in the third grade. You know what? Let's support our kids, not billionaires in California. And so that's how much money that this guy's making off of subsidies, that he's going to spend $2 million against me to try to get his subsidies back, which I helped take away.
But the thing is, you can't elect a Democrat there. So you're spending $2 million to get his subsidies back.
I think you answered your own question, right? There are some that are willing to go along, and I'm not.
I'm asking the question. You're spending $2 million, you're alleging, to get your subsidies back.
That's right.
In a seat that the Democrats are not going to win. So you're basically spending $2 million to defeat you to elect Charlie Hatcher, who's saying he's a conservative, but somebody's backing him for $2 million, unbeknownst to him, because they don't work together.
Yeah.
That's the way the law works. So Charlie Hatcher doesn't have anything to do with this. But you got to ask the question, why would they be spending $2 million for him if they want to defeat you and they want to get their subsidies back only because they think he'll help to get the subsidies back? Why else would they be splitting $2 million at? Why would
you get the gold star? Look, first of all, my opponent's a nice guy, but that being said, he was appointed to state government by a Democrat. Birds of a feather flock together. Let's just be honest. And so, look, I'm not going to disparage my opponent. I'm focused on my race and the fact that I am the conservative, I'm the Trump endorsed candidate, I am the fighter that the left despises, which is why they're spending $2 million against me. And so you have a clear choice in this race. And quite frankly, is why I think I'm going to win, is because I am a proven fighter in the vein of the Jim Jordans and all of those that came before me who were willing to hold the line and say enough of the nonsense. Let's get back to what our founding fathers intended, which was fiscal responsibility, less government, and power back to the states. Look, I don't want California libtards running the Tennessee education system. I trust Tennesseans to do it. I don't want D.C. and Tennessee. I want Tennessee to run Tennessee. And so it's going to take people like me who are willing to say no against the subsidies, no against the government intervention, and let's get back to this idea that we are a republic of free states, and Tennessee has a right to be conservative.
You're on the John Fredericks Media Network. I'm live in Washington, D.C., trucking the truth across America. With us is Andy Ogles, member of the Freedom Caucus, House Republican, Tennessee, District 5, running for renomination. Very tough fight that'll be settled tomorrow, August the 6th, in the Tennessee Republican primary. Early voting is over now. You want to vote, you got to get out tomorrow and vote. District 5, new district, runs from Williamson County all the way to Memphis. You got a long stretch there, a lot of farmers there and things of that nature. So it's a big district. So, and we've endorsed Andy Ogles. So what would that be called? Like Dan, disclaimer, truth in advertising. We endorsed Ogles day one. And obviously we hope he wins, and we're going to get up there tomorrow night to lend him support and love in this race. Tell me about the SAVE Act. When are we going to get this done?
Well, I mean, to be determined. I mean, look, there's overwhelming support for the Save America Act across this country. I mean, if you look at the CNN poll, 83% of Americans support it. Republican, Democrats, Independents, black, white, brown, yellow. I mean, people, the Americans, we want this. And John Thune is, quote unquote, protecting some of his members. Look, these senators signed up for the job, and they should have to take tough votes. Look, Mike Johnson is a good friend of mine. We were roommates, but he puts bills on the floor because that's his job. That's our job. And some of those votes for some members are tough votes, but Mike Johnson is driving the legislative forward to get the job done to save this republic. John Thune needs to do the exact same thing. And if these senators want to vote no, they should vote no, and then let their constituents have that conversation with them, because I think their constituents want it. And again, we have 83% of Americans wanting this. Even Democrat senators can go back home and campaign on the Save America Act. So there's no reason, no excuse for John Thune not to push this forward. And quite frankly, if he doesn't have the courage to do it, he should step aside and let someone like Mike Lee lead the Senate.
100%. What do you think about them taking another month-long vacation?
Again, this is why the American people have a disdain for, some members of Congress and the Senate, is because there's a job to do, and let's get it done. I mean, the House has passed the SAVE Act. We passed the Save America Act. We put parts of the Save America Act in the last package we sent before we came home for the August work period. And then what does the Senate do? Nothing. Make excuses, name bridges, and, have lunch parties or whatever they do over there. I have no idea. Get to work. The American people have told you this is what they want. And so you work for them in the same way I work for them, which is why I voted for the Save America Act. And quite frankly, as a fighter, why I'm endorsed by President Donald Trump.
Tennessee District 5, primary tomorrow. Andy Ogles versus former Ag Commissioner Charlie Hatcher's put a lot of money in this thing. Give our listeners right now the couple of main, top three differentiators between Andy Ogles and Charlie Hatcher.
I've got a proven track record. As a freshman, I offered more legislation and amendments than any other freshman in history. As a freshman, I passed more legislation and amendments than any other freshman in history. Because of that work ethic, as a sophomore, I was named chairman of one of the most coveted and important subcommittees in Congress, which is on cyber and AI. I'm a member of the House Freedom Caucus. I am ranked one of the most conservative members of Congress. Oh, by the way, I'm endorsed by President Trump, and I'm a close ally of the president. president as well. So I carry a lot of the legislation for the White House, for the president, because he knows I'm going to go out there, I'm going to fight, and I'm going to get the job done. I'm a proven fighter, I'm a proven leader, and quite frankly, I ask for your vote.
Andy, let's get to AI. What is your position on AI right now? You've got your Democrat opponent, if you win, is running on one issue that it was part of the Gang of Three in the State House. I can't think of his name right now, but he's running on one issue.
Yeah.
No data centers, and he thinks he's getting traction on it. What is your position on data centers in Tennessee? And then legislation federally.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the federal government has no right to tell a state or a community that they have to have a business of any type in their community. And that would be the same thing with a data center. So whether it's a landfill or a data center or some business that has a lot of noise associated with it, the local community should have the right to choose who is their neighbor. And if they want an AI or a landfill or some noisy factory next door, they should decide. And if they want, they should thank them for the opportunity and the request and then send them on their way. But this is ultimately, again, we are a republic of free states, and we are a republic of free communities who can choose who comes and goes out of our community. So this really, to me, isn't a tough question in that, right now in Nashville, there's a fight over a data center being right next to the zoo. And this has been a long, drawn out fight. The people in that community who are going to live next to that data center should have the choice and get to choose who's their neighbor.
I think that makes sense. Do you fear AI causing job loss in the United States?
Job losses, I think it's going to be, when you think about the Industrial Revolution, when you think about the technologies that have entered into, our history and our timeline, the jobs change and evolve. And, I just toured the General Motors factory and where they're incorporating AI on the assembly line, but they're doing it to make the assembly line safer, not to necessarily replace jobs. And so now you have those same employees that otherwise would have been installing those bolts, supervising and maintaining the equipment that's doing it for them. And what that is doing is reducing injuries, especially wrist and forearm injuries. And so that employee still has a job, but the job they're doing is safer. And so I think it's going to be transformative. I think there's going to be lots of new opportunities when it comes to the job market as we go forward. And quite frankly, it's hard to know which fields are more impacted or less impacted. But at the end of the day, technology is here. It's coming at a rate that's almost unfathomable to comprehend. My biggest concern about AI is safety when you see companies allowing their agents or their models to escape what otherwise should be sandboxed or in an isolated environment, getting out and then hacking other corporations like we saw just a week ago.
So this is the first round here in media. EW Scripps announcing yesterday, obviously I'm in the media, so I follow this stuff, that they're laying off or getting rid of, laying off 255 employees. And basically they blamed AI for it, and said, because it's a news and information media company organization, EW Scripps, based, I think, in Cincinnati. And what they're saying is they're going to use AI to now write and deliver the news over their network. So when you're hearing news, it's not going to be from a human being. Nobody's written it. AI does it, and then AI delivers it verbally right over the network. So I don't know who's checking this thing, but now EW Scripps is saying their news is not going to be done manually. It's not going to be done by a person. It's not going to be written. It's all AI driven from conception to delivery. What is your just reaction to that?
Well, I mean, you've seen, really because the digital space and really the media really be driven by clicks has really changed. It's not surprising that the Scripps network would do this because at the end of the day, they're driven by profit. And for them, AI is cheaper than the human element. But there's nothing better than a story being told by someone like you who gets it, who understands it. And I think what will end up happening is they're going to go down this path. They're going to see that their stories are not complete and whole, and there's going to be a backlash against them and their fake reporters.
That is exactly what's going to happen. In the radio business, a couple of radio stations attempted this to get rid of their announcers or whatever and go to AI. And after a very short period, they just abandon it. But I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I really think Scripps was just wanting to do a cutback, as many media companies are. We're growing, they're shrinking. It's old school. They just don't get the efficiencies that we have, and so they pulled AI out as a reason. That's what I think happened.
Absolutely, and 100%. And I think you may see other companies that use AI as a crutch when in reality they were looking for excuses to cut employees to improve their bottom line, and the CEO wanting a bigger bonus. But hey, at the end of the day, AI is going to be a tool that is going to be transformative. And quite frankly, I would encourage any high school student, any college student to get educated on AI and how that might affect your career choice going forward, because so that you get a degree that is resilient to the job market when you graduate.
People want to follow your campaign the final day. Where do they go?
Go to AndyOgles.com. Look, I predict victory. Might it be closer than I would like? Sure, I've always won by double digits. I'm hoping for double digits tomorrow night, but we'll see. But at the end of the day, we've worked hard. I'm a grassroots candidate. I'm not a fundraising type of candidate, which means I'm not owned by the big corporations in D.C. like so many are in Congress.
Well, we hope you win. We have a vested interest. I've endorsed you. Trump has endorsed you. We're buying a new radio station right in the heart of your district. So,
absolutely.
And he was like, somebody told me Ogles is in trouble. I'm like, forget it. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you always run like you're 3 points behind, which is why I always win by double digits. But look, go out and vote. If you want a conservative, I'm your guy.
All right, Andy. Thanks for being with us. Michael Patrick Leahy next.
Iranians know he was serious about striking a crushing blow in the absence of more talks and ultimately an agreement.
They saw it happening. They saw all the goods being loaded. They saw everything. They knew exactly what was happening. And I think it'd be very smart to make a deal. We'll see what happens.
GOP Senator Susan Collins says she's a no vote on Attorney General nominee Todd Blanche, jeopardizing his confirmation in the Senate. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures positive. The Dow futures are up 221 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, there's great news. Current tax relief initiatives from the IRS are helping struggling taxpayers resolve their tax problems and potentially reduce taxes owed by up to 99%. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more and even facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or letters from the IRS, take advantage of these relief options by calling Priority Tax Relief at 800-709-3075. Our tax resolution experts will let you know what you qualify for and how much you can save. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and hundreds of 5-star reviews, we take pride in helping Americans resolve their tax problems. We may be able to put a stop to collections and reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. Get tax relief today by calling Priority Tax Relief. You may qualify for huge savings, so don't wait. Call 800-709-3075. 800-709-3075. 800-709-3075.
Along with drones and missiles, words are one of the weapons being used by Ukraine and Russia as their war rages on.
Russia and Ukraine are trading accusations that drone attacks are causing civilian deaths. In eerie footage reposted by Ukraine's president, a vegetable vendor in Kherson is seen running around his minivan set up as a produce stand, trying to escape what Zelensky says is a Russian drone. The man, known as Yuri, suffered wounds to his back, legs, and arms. In an interview with the regional military administration, he says it was a terrifying ordeal. Meanwhile, Russian officials say a drone strike at a crowded Black Sea beach killed 7 people on Monday, while 5 were killed Tuesday in the Moscow region. Neighboring countries are expressing concern that escalating attacks endanger shipping and could put food supply chains at risk. I'm Jennifer King.
And at least 17 people killed in the latest Russian attack on Ukraine. South and North Korea, along with Japan, feeling the heat, the region being gripped by a record heat wave. News and analysis, townhall.com. Jalapenos are off the menu at Chipotle Mexican Grill.
Jalapenos could potentially be tied to a salmonella outbreak. The Minnesota Department of Health confirmed an outbreak there is tied to several Mexican Chipotle-style quick-service restaurants, and jalapenos are the suspected source. Officials identified 110 cases in Minnesota, with Chipotle involved in most. Chipotle says it pulled the jalapenos out of an abundance of caution and replaced them with products from a different grower in all locations. Symptoms of salmonella poisoning include diarrhea, fever, severe vomiting, dehydration, and stomach cramps. But infections can be more severe in young children, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems. I'm Ed Donahue.
SpaceX reporting a smaller loss than Wall Street was expecting, along with a surge in revenue in its first quarterly report as a publicly traded company. More on these stories, townhall.com.
It's time we send a farmer to Congress. Charlie Hatcher, a fifth-generation Tennessee farmer who served under Governor Bill Lee. A business owner, Charlie Hatcher is an America First conservative who gets things done. Pro-gun, pro-life, pro-Trump, Charlie Hatcher is the trusted conservative leader we need. Endorsed by Tennessee leaders, Charlie Hatcher is built farm tough. On August 6th, vote Charlie Hatcher. It's time we send a farmer to Congress. Invest in Tomorrow Coalition PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Washington is wasting $500 million every year on a federal supervision system that doesn't work. Probation officers are overwhelmed. Resources are going to people who pose zero threat, while actual dangerous individuals slip through the cracks. The Safer Supervision Act stops the waste and refocuses every dollar on protecting families from harm. President Trump's own pollster found about 80% of Trump voters want this fixed. It's time for Congress to get this done. Stop the waste. Protect our communities. Visit safersupervision.com. Paid for by the Reform Action Fund.
In 2008, the amount of concentrated time people could spend on a task without becoming distracted was 12 seconds. 5 years later, it was only 8 seconds, 1 second less than a goldfish. If you're often distracted or have trouble recalling information, you're likely to fall behind in the demanding, fast-paced 21st century. In other words, brain performance is more critical now than ever. Boost your brain power with Healthy Cell's Focus Plus Recall. Science-backed nootropics to help you sharpen focus, concentrate longer, enhance recall, improve mental speed, learn rapidly, and be more alert. It's a pill-free brain supplement made with maximum absorption ingestible gel technology, designed to feed your brain at the cellular level. Take it for a test drive. Go to healthycell.com and use code GODZILLA for 20% off your first order of Focus Plus Recall. That's healthycell.com, code GODZILLA for 20% off.
This is Crom Carmichael, CEO of Solti. We got a wonderful email from one of our customers up east named Joe, and here's what he had to say. I started taking Solti almost out of desperation with little hope because I was resigned to the futility that although I was up to taking 2 statins a day, high cholesterol was something I just had to learn to live with. In fact, when I turned 60, after taking a stress cardio test, my doctor called me on a Saturday, which of course is never a good sign, and told me that I was clogged more than 95% of the people my age. I had an angioplasty and a stent procedure done at that time. Today, my stubborn triglycerides are only 1/3 of what they had been before starting taking Solti. My prescription statin dosage has shrunk from 60 milligrams to only 10 milligrams a day. My primary care doctor that I have had for many years still can't believe the results, and neither can I. Thank you, Solti, for providing such a wonderful product. And folks, I want to invite you to take care of your heart also by going to GodzillaHeart.com. That's GodzillaHeart.com. Use the code Godzilla at checkout, and you'll get a 50% discount on your initial shipment. Thanks so much.
And they're off. This summer, the Thunder returns to Colonial Downs Racetrack. Live thoroughbred racing June 25th through September 7th. Feel the excitement. Hear the roar of the crowd. Experience Virginia's premier horse racing destination every Thursday through Sunday all summer long. Bring the whole family for Family Fun Sundays, packed with activities for all ages. Parking? Free. General admission? Free. Memories? Priceless. Make Colonial Downs Racetrack your new summer fun time tradition. Get tickets and race day info now at colonialdowns.com.
Every morning, your Godzilla of Truth sets the table with the day's news. Starting August 17th at 10, Wendy Bell goes live with reaction and her own fiery fabulosity.
And I want MAGA to grow a wave of red, the likes of which you've never seen.
August 17th.
You're on the cusp of a golden age.
Wendy Bell, are you ready to go? Weekdays 10 to noon. On the John Fredericks Media Network.
Live from the studios of the John Fredericks Media Network, it's The John Fredericks Show. Grab yourself a cup of 1775 coffee, sit back, and get ready for the best 4 hours of talk in the universe. To be part of the show, just call our toll-free number, 888-480-5646. And now, here's the Godzilla of Truth, the Oracle of the Deplorables, the man who trucks the truth from coast to coast, John Fredericks.
Well, it's Tennessee Day in the John Fredericks Media Network, and I am your Godzilla of the Truth in America, your Oracle of the Deplorables. Great to have you with us. Coming live in Washington, D.C., Michael Patrick Leahy coming up because it's all about Tennessee. Big primary tomorrow. Lots of races. We got Ogles, we got Tennessee 5, we got 9, we got 6. We got a governor's race. And just heard from Chip Saltzman, who, unbeknownst to me, said that the race between John Rose and Senator Blackburn for governor has now closed. I had kind of written that off months ago, thinking Rose was really not going to be a factor. But apparently, for some reason, this race is surging. Can't really put my finger on why. But that's what Chip Saltzman said. Chip, a long-term consultant, you heard from him. Also predicted victory for Ogles, who we just had on. That's going to be a very tight race in 5. You just heard the ad that's being played on our network by Charlie Hatcher. Just got endorsed by Bill Lee, which I thought was a kind of a Weasley endorsement, coming like 2 days before the primary. Like, do it a month ahead of time. The 2 days kind of remind, like, I got a poll and he can win and now I'm going to endorse him. Just seemed kind of Weasley to me, but that's just me, right? People can do what they want. In politics, also, we got Tennessee, I guess that's 6. Tennessee Johnny running in that against Van Hillary. That's going to be a very tight race. So I got a lot of tight races here. Looks like Red Tail is going to win pretty handily, though, in his race. I guess that's 9. But to talk about all this and anything else going on in the great state of Tennessee, Michael Patrick Leahy of the Michael Patrick Leahy Show on the John Fredericks Media Network. Michael, great to have you.
Good morning, John.
So quick announcement starting August 17th. Got a couple of announcements. Starting August 17th, Michael Patrick Leahy, his show now 10 to noon Eastern on our network, is moving to 3 to 5 Eastern. So he'll be in the afternoon, 2 to 4 in Nashville. So that'll be moving there. Wendy Bell Live coming 10 to noon. So you get me and then Wendy, fasten your seatbelts for that. Rob Carson right in the middle then of Wendy and Michael Patrick Leahy, who'll still be national with us. Of course, starting Monday, Past the Wire Sports launch with us nationally on Monday. That's 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. You can catch them every day, hosted by Frank Zaccanelli, former Mavericks owner and general manager of the Dallas NBA Mavericks. That's a really great show. And tune that in. Check it out. 6 to 7 p.m. Also, announcement, we are on the way to taking over WAKM AM 950, based in Franklin, Williamson County. That is now in the hands of the FCC, and there's no reason that'll get not passed through. So hopefully in the first week in September, that'll be a done deal, depending on what their timeline is. Could be the second week, but we'll keep you posted on that. That's all the changes we got coming up. When we get this other station, we'll be carrying the Titans and the Volunteers in Tennessee. So that's all going to be fun. Michael Patrick Leahy's been there forever. He's got all the legislators on. Nobody knows anything better about what's going on there than him. He is the Tennessee guru. And Michael, thanks for making time for us today.
John, it is always a pleasure to join the Godzilla of Truth, the Oracle of the Deplorables. That would be you.
Thank you. Let's go right down the line. Don't hold back. We don't hold back here. So just, give me your thoughts right down the line. Gubernatorial primary. Blackburn, Rose. I had written Rose off for basically not going to win, and thought Blackburn would run away with it. Chip Saltzman telling me that Rose is closing a gap, and this thing is going to be close. Thoughts?
Yeah, Marsh is going to win by double digits. And the most recent credible poll was Trump's Trump's pollster, Fabrizio, who had Marsh up by 17 and with 42%. John Rose, 25%. Monty Fritz in third place with 23%. John has spent, $10 million, maybe more. And he's a nice guy, but he really hasn't accomplished much of anything in Congress. He's got a decent voting record. But the big problem with John Rose is he gave money to the Democrats here in Tennessee who wanted to put in a state income tax. And Marcia, as you know, was really the leader in the effort to stop the state income tax. Now, that was, back in 1999.
The Phil Bredesen days.
Yeah. Well, no, Don Sundquist days before Bredesen. But the point is that, if you look at any economist and ask them, why has Tennessee become an economic powerhouse? It's because we don't have any state income tax. That's one of the main reasons. Art Laffers endorsed her. Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knox County, formerly the wrestler Keynes, endorsed her. She knows all the members of the state legislature, and she will be, in my view, the most conservative governor in the history of the state of Tennessee. Now, the third place guy, Monty Fritz, was in the state legislature for 2 years from East Tennessee. And Monty, he's been in studio here. We've talked to him a little bit. Monty voted frequently with the Democrats in the State House. Didn't get anything really accomplished. And he purports to be a constitutional expert, but pretty much everything he says is unconstitutional. He wants to, violate.
Why does Saltzman say that this thing is going to be close?
Well, the guys, John Rose does. There's this thing in Tennessee politics where this former chairman of the party, Chris Devaney, takes on candidates, and what he does is, in the weeks leading up to the election, he'll put out a quote poll. It's a push poll, and it has the same thing every time. Oh, my candidate's gaining. My candidate's gaining. He managed Manny Sethi, as you may recall, against Bill Hagerty in 2020. He had a poll before the election that showed Manny Sethi up by 8. On election day, Bill Hagerty beat Manny Sethi by 11 points. And I think we got a similar pattern here. The poll that a group called On Message has put out doesn't show any methodology. They're not the kind of guys that actually get on the real clear politics polling. So I think that's just kind of pushing propaganda. Now, Monty Fritz has got, there's sort of a populist, libertarian, angry wing of the Republican Party. And Monty has had some traction with them, but he's not a serious guy. He's a guy who would be an utter disaster as governor. He's already said, well, I won't implement the education scholarship programs because they're unconstitutional. Well, the Tennessee State Supreme Court, which has more authority on constitutionality, ruled in 2022 that the education scholarships are indeed constitutional. He said that I'll instruct the Department of Education not to pay out those scholarships, and they're small. It's like 35,000 out of a million students are getting them, and that would create a huge debacle for him at the beginning. There's many other things that he said, violation of the First Amendment, freedom of religion.
All right, so basically, Blackburn winner.
Yeah, Blackburn's going to win double digits.
Let's get okay. So that's the governor's race. That's kind of what I thought, but then Chip had a different take, so I got to ask questions. Okay, that's
Sure.
That's fine.
And Chip's a good guy and a good friend, but he has a he has a few of his own folks that he follows, shall we say?
Well, he was clear about that. I mean, unlike you, I make endorsements. I've endorsed Andy Ogles. We have a vested interest in him winning because he's a Freedom Caucus member. He's a great guy, and I love getting him on, and I'm friends with him. Endorsed him when he first ran the first time against a pretty big field. So I'd like to see Andy win. But then there's reality. And the reality is this right now, Ogles is in trouble. He's not raised enough money. Chip Saltzman thinks he's going to win. I think this thing is going to be very, very close. Bill Lee came in at the final hour, backed his former ag commissioner, Charlie Hatcher. Haven't had Hatcher on my show. Don't know him from Adam's Cat. So I have no relationship with him. But this race, everybody that I know, except Saltzman, is telling me this thing that the Ogles campaign is in big trouble. True or false?
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's a toss-up now. It seems to me Charlie Hatcher, nice fellow, in essence, to me, a political non-entity. He'll probably be a decent vote if he were to win, but he's not a leader in any regard. And he's received some PAC money from some left-wing billionaires out of San Francisco. They spent, a couple $1 million in Andy attack ads. It's a different district. It's only about 20% of Andy's old district, so he's not really known to the district. It stretches from Middle Tennessee all the way up to the northwest corner of Tennessee and then down to Shelby County. So it's a Republican plus 18, I think. So the winner of this primary would likely go in. There is some bad blood between Governor Bill Lee and Andy Ogles because Andy was a leader of the effort back in 2017, 2018 to stop an increase in the gas tax, which ultimately passed. It was a Bill Haslam program, but it was supported by Bill Lee. So there's a little bit of bad blood there. And I think that the same forces that have not liked Andy from the beginning are always trying to find somebody to beat him. It's a toss-up, though, I think, right now.
Well, why come out 2 days before? I mean, Emmer came out and he backed, what was his name? I call him Tennessee Johnny. He backed Tennessee Johnny Garrett like 3 months ago or 2 months ago. Why come out the final hour and back your friend that was your ad commissioner? That just didn't feel right to me.
Well, I don't know, John. Governor Bill Lee is not up for re-election. I don't think he likes Andy. I think Charlie is a friend. They're both from Williamson County. Bill Lee, has a cattle farm in Williamson County, and Charlie Hatcher has had Hatcher Dairy. His family's had it for over 100 years. He's managed that dairy well. He's been a veterinarian. His children have a program that was on one of these Lifetime stations about the Hatcher Dairy, and it's a good company. But I just think there's a lot of personal animosity going on here.
Who's going to win?
It's a toss-up. I'd say if you had to guess, I'd say Andy by just a point or two.
Wow, too close for comfort.
Yeah, very, very close.
And the problem is he's getting pummeled with money at the end. He's getting outspent, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 to 1, and they just don't have enough money to respond.
Well, but Andy has never played the traditional role of a congressman in the sense that most congressmen every Friday spend a couple hours dialing for dollars. Andy didn't do that. I mean, he should have $2 or $3 million in the bank. He's got like $80,000. He's relied upon the Freedom Fund and others to advertise for him, which it's fine. That's the way the game is played. But I think right now it's that inattention to fundraising that's causing difficulties for Andy right now.
So you're saying a slight edge to him, but really too close to call.
Yeah, that's exactly right, John.
All right, let's get to Tennessee 6, another very competitive race. Tennessee Johnny Garrett, who was on my show a little bit earlier, Van Hillary, Van backed by Chip Saltzman. This is like the battle of the Titan consultants, right? So you got Ward Baker backing Tennessee Johnny, and then you've got Chip Saltzman and his group. He's a general consultant for Van Hillary. They were friends go back to college. So this is like head-to-head, the two big general consultants in Republican politics in Tennessee going at it in a toss-up congressional race. Like, give me the popcorn.
Yeah, the primary is going to be very close. The redistricting, this district was designed to favor Van Hillary over Johnny Garrett. And Van was in Congress 2 decades ago for about 8 years, representing mostly this district. He also served as chief of staff for John Rose in that same district for 6 years. So he's known in that area. But Van has some disadvantages. He's a little bit dated, if you will, in terms of his policy positions. He's more Ronald Reagan than Donald Trump. Johnny is a very effective state legislator. Was a majority whip, and Johnny's put in $1 million of his own money into it. Van has a lot of money too from other sources, not from his himself individually. and I've told this to Chip Salzman, who's managing it, who's a friend of ours, by the way. I think Van made a mistake. He did an AI ad that created false impressions that Johnny was woke, etc., and used Johnny's image in ways that I think are probably not legal, in the sense that there's a new law here in Tennessee that says you have to disclose AI when you use it, which is what they use in this commercial. They did make the disclosure. They claim that they don't have to because the law doesn't apply to federal candidates. I looked at the law. I don't think it's true. I think that's a problem. I think it's been backlash to that as unfair. About a couple of months ago, I think Van was up in the polls, but Johnny's out there working hard and knocking on doors. It's going to be very, very close. Again, a toss-up. If I had to guess right now, and it's only a guess, I'd say Johnny by 2 or 3.
All right. Well, that would be good. Good. I like Johnny. I just had him on. He's a great guest. I think it'd be a great congressman. I'd love to get, I tell you what, my trifecta in Tennessee is if we get Harshberger, Tennessee Johnny, that's what I call him. Harshberger, Tennessee Johnny, and Ogles. That's like too much fun for one man to have. I mean, we
got to talk about the 9th also.
Let's go about the 9th, because coming up next is Brent
Taylor.
But Salzman's telling me that's a blowout.
Yeah, State Senator Brent Taylor is going to win easily. He put $1 million of his own money. He's a very funny guy. He's going to challenge Tim Burchett and John Kennedy of Louisiana for Quipsters.
Good.
He's really funny. And he's got some great commercials out. Ask him about the commercials where he calls the criminals in Memphis like squirrels in a bait shop that the weak DA kind of lets run around after
squirrels in a bait shop. Hey, Dan, I know you're there. Dan, look up ad. Just go to AI or something. Speaking of AI, or go to Grok or Safari or Google it or something, and get the what's the ad?
The squirrels in a bait shop. Yeah, it's funny.
Brent Taylor called Squirrels in a
Bait Shop, BAIT, bait shop. You know,
like his outfit. Dan, see if you can find that ad on the internet, Dan. And
he's always an entertaining guy. He was here in studio with me for 45 minutes yesterday.
I saw the interview. I on this TV here, because you're on TV now. You're a big star. Got your own show. You got a TV network going. You know, I get to look at your mug there after I come on. There you are. And I like your co-host. She's really good. And I like Pepper. Yeah, I like your show. I mean, it's it's entertaining. And I saw the whole I saw the interview with Blackburn. I thought it was a 10. I thought that was a 10. And then I saw the interview with Brent Taylor. And after that interview, I said, give me his number. I want to get him on. But you did a really good job with that, Mike.
Well, it's easy to do a good job interviewing Brent Taylor. He's got a great background. You know, like you, John, he was an entrepreneur. He was a kid who worked at a funeral home and then went to mortuary school and then worked for a funeral company for a while and then got in the death business, bought a whole bunch of funeral homes and flower shops and mortuaries and sold off, made a lot of dough, and served in the city council in Memphis, the county commission, and then ran for state senate, won, and focused on making Memphis matter, persuaded President Trump to bring the Memphis Safe Task Force in. Crime has been down. He just gets it done. And he's very, very, very solid, very grounded. And he's got like 3 opponents, but I think he's going to have a solid victory tomorrow. What I like about Brent Taylor, John, he reminds me of you. You're the hardest working man in media. Brent Taylor is the hardest working guy running for Congress in the state of Tennessee. I mean, he is out hitting it.
That's good. Listen, I look forward to seeing him. He'll be on in about 15 minutes. So get a chance to hear some of him. And I thought your interview with him was good. And that Tennessee 9, that's the new district, right?
That's a district that starts in Memphis, runs east for about half a dozen counties, just north of Mississippi, then north of Alabama, and then goes straight up north towards the suburbs of Nashville. It's a big gerrymandered district. And it's one that's really
that's the new one that was created that was created out of the Democrat district, right?
right. Steve Cohen represented Memphis, which was the ninth was just the city of Memphis.
Well, Cohen, good riddance. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Worst congressman ever. Let me get to. Well, there's some bad ones. He's right up there. His opponent, Taylor's going to win. His opponent is one of those gang of three guys.
SC3, Justin Pearson. Yeah.
What's the deal?
The guy who taught. Well, he's like, I don't know, 30 years old. He went to Bowdoin College like Zoran Mamdani. When he was at Bowdoin, he talked like, James Earl Jones. But now he talks like Al Sharpton. He's never accomplished anything. Many of the older Democrats can't stand him because he's Mr., get in front of the cameras. And, or maybe he tries to be, he's got the hairdo like Stokely Carmichael. And he can't get anything done. But, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and, the left-wing gang came down to Memphis and said, we got to get this guy in. He hates Elon Musk. He hates data centers. He hates AI. He hates basically everything that's not, left-wing, progressive, communist, socialist.
Unbelievable that these guys are even running for Congress, but he's going to get schmaltzed. And I was disappointed. I think it was Garrett told me that he filed for his state house seat again. I was hoping that he wouldn't, so we could just get rid of him.
No. In Tennessee, you can do that, and it's kind of standard practice. So,
Garrett didn't do it.
Pardon?
Garrett didn't do it. Tennessee Johnny didn't do it.
Well, there's a reason for that, though. He made the decision to run for the 6th a long time ago, well before the redistricting. The redistricting came, fairly late, and most state legislative candidates were already locked in. So that's not a big deal.
All right, we'll see what happens. Michael Patrick Leahy, August 17th, moving 2 to 4 Central, 3 to 5 Eastern. We're looking forward to that as we're launching a bunch of new different things. And Wendy Bell is going to be joining us in his slot, 10 to noon. We look for Leahy live in the afternoon. Michael Patrick Leahy, good insight. Here's your predictions. Let me just run them down. Blackburn, big. Taylor, big. Ogles, razor thin. Tennessee Johnny, razor thin. Did I get those correct?
Yeah, I think that's right. And again, it's a guess based upon interviewing people, talking to people, but it's not a scientific poll. And election day is election day.
Well, let's hang on. Let's run this before we get rid of Mike, and let's go to Polymarket. You should go to Polymarket, Dan, and bet a 4-win parlay. Blackburn, Taylor, who is it? Ogles, and Tennessee Johnny. Put $50 on it. Bet a 4-way parlay. See what happens. Bet a round robin. See what the hell happens. I'm going to tell that. I'm going to tell that to Frank Zaccanelli as soon as I get off the air. That's the parlay I want. Now, before Mike goes, 2 things. Let's get to, we have this Taylor ad, this squirrel ad. Go ahead, roll that.
I'm Brent Taylor. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of violent criminals running around Tennessee like squirrels in a bait shop. That's why I led the crackdown on illegal immigration, helped President Trump fight violent crime, and took on that sorry-ass Memphis DA who refused to do his job.
Brent Taylor, tougher than hickory, solid as an oak.
I'm Brent Taylor, and I approve this message because nothing is more important than keeping Tennesseans safe.
You like that, John?
We'll play that one, Brent Taylor. All right, Mike, one more thing. I'm going to get to a phone call. Hang in there. And then we'll get Dan, just tell me when Brent's on. Let's get to Mel in Saratoga Springs, New York. Mel, go ahead.
Good morning, John. What's going to become of this Islam Piker? We're looking down the barrel of an Islamic terrorist barrel of a gun. I'm getting sick and tired of this bull, capital S with a hit, coming out of what's spewing out of these characters' mouths. and they mean every word they say. I'll be damned if I'm gonna kneel to some gall darn Sharia law and have these sons of beehives come in my country. And this son of a bitch I'm sorry, excuse me, John. This son of a gun was born in this country. If that's not traitorous or treasonous, I don't know what is. I mean, I don't know why the DOJ, the FBI hasn't paid this guy a visit and throw some cuffs on him and put him so deep in the hole that he'll never see daylight for another 100 years. I'm getting sick and tired of it, John. I'm armed up, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't give a damn who's listening. These jokers think they're gonna come and knock on my door and take over my lifestyle. They got another thing coming. And if the DOJ and these other jokers don't get on and do what I voted for and what I'm paying my taxes for, and start reining these suckers in, rounding them up. It's going to be hell to pay. It's going to be hell to pay, John. I'm getting sick and tired of listening to these people. They're animals. They're not even people. They're animals. That's what they are. Religious animals. I'm getting tired of it. That's what I had to mention to you. Express to you.
Mel from Saratoga Springs, thank you for your call. Always enjoy your passion. So, Leahy, this guy Hassan Piker, and then we'll get to Taylor. We'll take a break. This guy Hassan Piker, he's got millions of followers. So this guy, Al Syed, goes on a show every week. This guy Piker, who's, I guess, an influencer, whatever you want to call these whack jobs, said that we had 9/11 coming. The 5,500 Americans who died had it coming, and we deserved it, and they deserve to die. And yet this guy has got a U.S. Senate candidate going on a show every week who I believe is going to end up being the nominee when the votes are done, no matter what Gretsch does. Reaction to this, Mike?
I think, 95% of the vote in El Sayed, the Muslim Marxist from Michigan, is up, I think, by about 1.5 points, right? Maybe 2 points over the
22,000 votes.
Yeah, so I think that guy's going to win. Look, this is an indication that it's within the blue states that the Islamo-Marxists are gaining traction. It's headed in a bad direction in the sense that, John, if we have a country, any country that has over 5% of its population Muslim, it's about to fall. If it's a constitutional republic, it's about to fall because of the steady increase of Islamo-Marxist in elected office, and they have a very different view of the world. They want to basically destroy our country. This is the reality of what we're facing, and our side needs to wake up and needs to be pushing hard and fast against this every day.
Michael Patrick Leahy, I want to thank you. I know you got to get ready for your show coming up here in about 25 minutes. Thanks, Michael Patrick Leahy, for being with us 10 to noon across the John Fredericks Media Network. Michael Patrick Leahy, now a TV star. And don't forget, he's moving 3 to 5 Eastern on August 17th. And by the way, Mike, we're launching a new TV app same day. So we'll have TV programming on our new TV network from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, starting when this app launches on August 17th. You'll be able to download the app, JFMN TV, and get our TV network live for 13 hours a day. And then we'll go from there. Michael Patrick Leahy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, John, the Godzilla of Truth.
All right, quick word from our sponsors when we get back. Brent Taylor, District 9, big favorite to win. The Squirrel Lab is next.
Ponder this. Have you ever been so hungry that not only is your stomach growling, but you become lightheaded and shaky? Your blood sugar has hit an all-time low. It seems that when this occurs, no amount of food can satisfy this type of hunger. When hunger reaches this level, your normally nice personality may become agitated, impatient, or even angry. You need food and you need it fast. Did you know that our souls need daily nourishment as well? A hungry soul might be inclined to give into temptations and commit sin without a care about its eternal destiny. When we let our souls grow hungry, we must feed them with prayers, recollection, and sacred scripture. Catholics in the state of grace have the additional benefit of access to feeding our souls with a heavenly food. Only in the Catholic Church is Jesus truly present in every worthy reception of Holy Communion. He is the bread of life. His words, come and see. I'm Susie Kelly and I am passionately Catholic.
Everybody's talking about weight loss injections because the results are so dramatic. They work by lowering blood sugar and reducing appetite. So, what if you're looking to lose weight but not interested in painful weekly injections, especially when you hear about some of those intense side effects? That's why doctors created a weight loss supplement called Lean, and the results are remarkable. The ingredients studied in Lean have been shown to lower your blood sugar, burn fat by converting it into energy, and curb your appetite and cravings, so you're not as hungry. But listen, Lean is not for the casual dieter with only a few pounds to lose. The doctors at Brickhouse Nutrition created Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 or more pounds to lose. Get started with 20% off and free rush shipping so you can add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Go to takelean.com and enter the code Godzilla for your discount. That's discount code Godzilla at takelean.com.
In 2008, the amount of concentrated time people could spend on a task without becoming distracted was 12 seconds. 5 years later, it was only 8 seconds, 1 second less than a goldfish. If you're often distracted or have trouble recalling information, you're likely to fall behind in the demanding, fast-paced 21st century. In other words, brain performance is more critical now than ever. Boost your brain power with Healthy Cells Focus Plus Recall. Science-backed nootropics to help you sharpen focus, concentrate longer, enhance recall, improve mental speed, learn rapidly, and be more alert. It's a pill-free brain supplement made with maximum absorption ingestible gel technology, designed to feed your brain at the cellular level. Take it for a test drive. Go to healthycell.com and use code GODZILLA for 20% off your first order of Focus Plus Recall. That's healthycell.com, code GODZILLA for 20% off.
And they're off. This summer, the Thunder returns to Colonial Downs Racetrack. Live thoroughbred racing June 25th through September 7th. Feel the excitement. Hear the roar of the crowd. Experience Virginia's premier horse racing destination every Thursday through Sunday all summer long. Bring the whole family for Family Fun Sundays, packed with activities for all ages. Parking? Free. General admission? Free. Memories? Priceless. Make Colonial Downs Racetrack your new summer fun time tradition. Get tickets and race day info now at colonialdowns.com.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning on the John Fredericks Radio Network. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul, built on God's Word. Join us every Sunday morning for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes, heard here every Sunday at 8:30 a.m. on the John Fredericks Radio Network.
After reviewing John Thune's x-rays, I can confidently confirm he has absolutely no spine. It's a medical miracle he can stand at all.
Don't touch that dial. You found your home of the truth.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
With the best analysis in America.
You can't handle the truth.
And now back to the John Fredericks Show.
Well, it's great to have you back. This is Tennessee Day. Their primary tomorrow, August 4th. It's going to be hell's coming, baby. We've got races. District 9, Congress. District 6, Congress. And what's the other one? District 5, Andy Yogels, Congress. We got Blackburn, Rose, gubernatorial. We've got all that coming up. District 9, that's the new district, the one that the Republicans put in place to get rid of probably one of the worst congressmen in history. He sent him packing. Good riddance, don't at the door hitching the keister on the way out. And hopefully our new congressman, Brent Taylor, is going to be joining us here in a moment. And he's got a new ad out on the Squirrels in a Bait Shop ad that we're going to run. But first, you're probably looking at me right now saying, hey, Johnny boy, how'd you lose all that weight? You look great. It's an everyday occurrence. I know I look good because I take lean every day. I've also now lost 3 pounds, and it's been just over 2 weeks. So I'm right on track. Here's why, Dan, I like lean. It's very simple. And if you want to lose a pound, no, don't do it. Just go on the treadmill. You want to lose some serious weight, 10, 15, or 20 pounds like I did and John from Monmouth County. You want to take lean. You take 3 of these babies a day. This is one of the best things you can possibly take. It supports your metabolism. Boom, that's number 1. Number 2, it's going to burn fat. Number 3, it's going to curb your appetite. Those are the 3 things it does. You just open it up when you get up. I do it every day. When I get up at 3:45, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth. I take three of them, 4 a.m. I'm good to go. I've already lost 3 pounds in 15 days, 16 days. This thing is the way to go. And look, obesity is a real problem in this country. Got to get in shape, got to look better. And when you start losing weight, you feel better, you get more energy, you have more activity, you want to do more things, you feel better, your back feels better, your knees feel better, everything feels better with lean. So check this out. It's very inexpensive. I don't do the shot thing. I like natural. Lean is working for me, works for Tina, worked for John in Monmouth County. He's the guy that turned me onto it. He lost 15 pounds off it. Go to takelean.com. Do it now. It'll take you a minute, right? I'm losing weight. John in Monmouth County, one of our callers, he lost weight. Just go to takelean.com, takelean.com. Promo code Godzilla. Can't get this on Amazon. You spent too much money. Takelean.com, promo code Godzilla. Going to give you 20% off. And check it out, right? Take 3 a day as soon as you get up. And then in about 2 weeks, you're going to see the weight come off, but it's sustainable, right? You take these shots things. As soon as you go off the shots, your weight shoots back. You can take them forever. I like enduring and sustainable, and that's what lean is doing for me. So go on my journey with me. Tina's going to be on tomorrow. She's lost 5 pounds in 3 weeks. She's under a week over that I have. I've lost 3. She's lost 5. Great job, Tina. Go to takelean.com, takelean.com. Promo code Godzilla, get 20% off. Okay, we lost Taylor's feed. Is that what we heard, Dan?
We did, yeah. I think he's trying to log back on now.
Okay, we'll get him back on here in a moment. And in the meantime, go to takelean.com. And Dan, I think you're going to try it also, right?
Yes, I'll be somebody else who's endorsing lean here. I think they're going to sponsor the Dan Hobgood report at the top of the show, though. Or the show's
a couple pounds. I mean, look, you know, we're all getting older. You put on weight. It's easy to do. And then you get in the cycle, right? I mean, I went up to 285. Doctor said, you know, John, if you want to see your son pitch in the minor leagues, like, this is not going to work for you. So, you know, I had trouble getting up and down stairs. It's just bad. So now I'm down to 242 today, and I want to get down to 225. So I got another 17 to go. So far, I've lost 3 pounds with lean. I got to get down to 225, and then I'm going to be a fight weight. Okay. We get Taylor back?
Not as of yet. But yes, I'm excited about this journey myself. You know, at one point in time, I was the top runner throughout most of Virginia. So I'd like to get back to my fighting weight. I think those days of being 135 pounds are probably gone for good. But if I could get back to being 160, I'd be one happy guy. So
160.
You know, 160 would be my that's what I was before a knee injury about a half dozen years ago. I was felt. I was a semi-professional athlete. I played ultimate at the professional level for a long time and went to national championships and that sort of thing. So it's I still love to play, but I sort of just lumber around now. I'm absolutely in what we call my handling era. Handling is sort of like the ultimate version of being quarterback. I just sit back and throw. Don't have to do too much chasing of plastic to catch discs these days. But yeah.
All right, so keep an eye out, Luke Symbol, who's Brent's key guy, schedule guy.
I think he just got back on.
I think we got him on. Let's bring him right in because now we're getting short on time. There he is, Brent Taylor, state senator. Thanks for being with us, Brent. Heard you the hardest work. That Michael Patrick Lace says I'm the hardest guy working in media. That's true. He says you're the hardest working guy running for Congress. Is that true or false?
It is true, and it is one of the reasons President Trump endorsed my campaign for Congress, because he knew I was a fighter who wouldn't back down, somebody who will work hard to make sure he can implement his agenda, his America First agenda, in the second half of his term. And look, I apologize we weren't able to get on quicker. My computer crashed just as we were trying to get on, and if I'm elected to Congress, I hope they don't put me on the IT committee, because I probably won't be much help to them.
You're not going to be on the cyber committee, that's for sure. We'll put you on appropriations or something, or immigration. Speaking of that, Dan, Earned Media, run Brent's ad on squirrels come for bait.
I'm Brent Taylor. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of violent criminals running around Tennessee like squirrels in a bait shop. That's why I led the crackdown on illegal immigration, helped President Trump fight violent crime, and took on that sorry-ass Memphis DA who refused to do his job.
Brent Taylor, tougher than hickory, solid as an oak.
I'm Brent Taylor, and I approve this message because nothing is more important than keeping Tennesseans safe.
Squirrels in a bait shop. That's a pretty original looking ad. I like that. By the way, we had your general consultant on earlier, Chris Saltzman, and he said basically, I would say mostly nice things about you. Mostly nice.
Well, mostly nice. And look, he's one of my consultants. The other consultant is Ward Baker with the Baker Strategy Group. And then Lane Provine is another consultant. So with a 90-day race, I wanted to make sure I had every available consultant on my team. And look, we worked hard to get that ad together because this is a sprawling district, 2 media markets, 1 media market where I'm not as well known. And we wanted to come up with a clever way to jumpstart the campaign to make sure that people would recognize me. And everybody, John, as I worked early voting, everybody walked up, commented on that ad. And even though that ad hasn't run in 2 weeks because we switched over once I got the Trump endorsement, we started running the TV ads regarding President Trump endorsing me. But people still comment on the squirrel ad.
Like we just did.
That's right.
But listen, you're like the Los Angeles Dodgers of congressional campaigns. You hired all the best consultants in Tennessee. You just got them all.
That's right. Hey, look,
it was a salary cap, dude.
Well, they will tell you that they act like there's a salary cap. I'm not sure I see a salary cap, but they act like there's a salary cap.
Unbelievable. So you got all the best consultants. You just hired them all. That's a pretty smart strategy, Brent. Just hire everybody.
So that was one way to do it. And hey, look, Tennessee 9, the reason I wanted to hire those 3 consultants, Tennessee 9 used to be David Crockett's old district, which is why I wear the coonskin cap 2.0. He used to represent this district in Congress. He would get elected. Andrew Jackson would beat him. He'd come back and lose again. And that's why I hired all these consultants. I want to represent David Crockett's old district, but I don't want to have to go through the win again, lose re-election, win again. And so that's why we're working hard to make sure we can win this race. David Crockett, after he lost his last re-election, he went out on the courthouse steps and said, "I'm going to Texas. All you folks can go to hell." And I believe, John, I've got that same Tennessee grit that David Crockett has, except I would say it a little bit differently. Lord willing, with Tennessee votes tomorrow, I'm going to go to Congress and I'm going to give the Democrats hell. And I want to invite you, John, to come down to Tennessee to my watch party tomorrow night. If you'll come down, I will give you your very own coonskin cap 2.0 Tennessee 9. And so you come on down. I'd love to give you that cap personally.
Well, listen, I don't have a lot of hair, so Caps and me get along very, very well. I got to do that. I got the invite from Mostly Peaceful you just put on from your schedule there, Mr. Symbol. And when I got his name, I'm like, I recognize that name. It's like, oh, it's your mom that I recognize, who's like chief of staff of somebody I deal with. So you get them all.
Hey, John, you know what? When I got off the phone, or when you got off the phone with Luke, he called his mom, and his mom immediately remembered you and said she was a big fan. And it goes to show you, even though you may have a national presence, you're still have those local ties to Luke's mom, and she remembered you from back in the day.
Back in the day, right? That's it dates both our ages back in the day. But
and I tell you something else. My campaign manager, Luke Symbol, he gets on television, local TV. He gets more press than I get. I'm not sure he's figured out how this campaign manager thing works. But anyway, he's a good asset, and he was a big help in helping get the endorsement from President Trump with my campaign. And so we just look forward to tomorrow with President Trump's help.
How do you win this race?
Well, tomorrow will be election day, and quite frankly, in in a race where they're all Republicans, where we're just arguing over shades of gray, voters are looking for something, what separates one candidate from the other. And President Trump, he looked at all of the candidates, and he could have endorsed any one of my opponents, or he could have not endorsed at all. But he reviewed all the candidates and ultimately decided that I was the one best suited, was the best fighter to go to Washington, D.C., to help him implement his America First agenda in the last 2 years of his term. And if we flip this seat with my election, that will mean that we will have that ironclad impeachment insurance to ensure that the Democrats don't try to impeach the president and ball up his effort to try to implement that America First agenda in the last 2 years of his term.
Well, we got to win this seat. I know you're the heavy favorite right now to be the nominee, and this is a Republican seat. So all of the representatives in Tennessee, the congressional delegation will be Republicans. But look, you had I get all your positions. You're 100% MAGA. Thank you. But you were instrumental in Tennessee in a lot of different things that you've brought there. One of them, fought the income tax that they tried to get. Now, look at you guys. You're a coveted state. People are moving in. You get a lot of people moving in. You're now rivaling Florida with people coming to Tennessee. Why is that?
Well, it's primarily because in Tennessee, with our supermajority of the legislature, and I'm in the state Senate, we have built policies that make Tennessee attractive for starting and growing a business, which I have done. It's also attractive to people who want to escape high taxes. We have no state income tax here. And the quality of life you get here in Tennessee is what people across the country want. And when they can't get it in their blue state, they're coming to Tennessee. And what we have to make sure of is that when they move from that blue state to get that better quality of life, we need to ensure that they leave their voting blue and the blue policies back in their old state. And so I believe that's why Tennessee is an attractive state. And I think that's why it's important. We have a solid 9 Republicans in Congress, and that's why President Trump asked us to do the redistricting so we could flip District 9.
Well, you're about to do that. When you get to Congress, tell me your top 2 priorities, Brent.
Look, I want to keep doing what I have been doing. That's what President Trump said when he called me to give me his endorsement. He said, I want you to come up here and do in Congress what you've done in the state Senate. And that is, I have fought violent crime to ensure that violent crime doesn't come out of these big cities and infiltrate into these smaller rural communities in West and Middle Tennessee. He wants me to come to Congress to fight illegal immigration, just like I did in the state Senate. And I've gone further, John, than some of my opponents. Not only do we need to fight illegal immigrants and deport them, but we need a pause on all immigration to give those that are here legally an opportunity to assimilate into American culture. And America needs some me time. And that's what I look to work on once I arrive in Congress.
Well, I tell you what, we got to get the SAVE Act passed. We got to get voting integrity in this country. I think that's the top priority. And then how do you stand on deportation?
Oh, look, I tell people all the time that my position on illegal immigration and deportation is I like Tennessee like I like my sweet tea, and that's with a lot of ice.
Good line. All right, people want to follow your campaign. Brent, where do they go?
Well, if they happen to have President Trump's cell phone number, they can call him and find out more about me. If they don't have his phone number, I would encourage them to go to Brent Taylor for Congress, or they can follow me on social media on Brent Taylor.
All right, Brent Taylor, I want to thank you for being with us today. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good luck.
Hey, come get your hat.
In your campaign. Yeah, I love that hat. No doubt about it. It's a reason to go. No doubt about it. Hey, Brent, how many games are the Titans going to win this season?
Hey, look, we need them to make it to the Super Bowl. Last time they were in the Super Bowl, they lost by just about that much at the end zone. But we're hoping they have a good year.
I was there at that game in Atlanta. And if McNair runs the ball, it's a touchdown.
Yep.
All he had to do was run the ball. There was nobody there. He just had to run the ball in. You know, he thought Dykes, I think it was Dyson at the time, could get in. It was a great tackle. And Fisher said if they tied it, He had already made up his mind they were going for 2 because he said the Rams defense was gassed, and they were just going to do an end around with McNair and get in the end zone to win that game. How I remember this stuff, dude, I have no idea.
I tell you what, with a memory like that, you ought to consider broadcasting.
This much. From the angle I was at, we thought it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
No, this much. McNair just had to run the ball in. There was nobody there. The Rams defense was throwing up on the field. We were right there. They were vomiting on the field as McNair was calling the play. They were that gassed. They were throwing up. Unbelievable. Yeah. That will stick with me till I'm in the grave. Should have won that game. Thank you.
Well, listen, what else? We're gonna win this race tomorrow. And John, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, John.
That's it for the John Fredericks Media Network. I'm your Godzilla of Truth America, Michael Patrick Leahy, right now.
Close to 100% of the votes counted in Michigan's Democratic U.S. Senate primary.